Welcome back, everyone, to the Wake of the Red Death. When last we left our heroes, they had gone to the town of Vestia, which was pretty small and currently under threat by the Wicked Taxmen, a group of tax collectors turned bandits who were basically holding the town hostage for money. Our heroes pissed off some of the taxmen. And the taxmen threatened to destroy the town with the monster they had at their base. Our heroes tracked them down to said base and found out that said monster was in fact an Odontotyrannus, a species of behemoth that is a bit more on the carnivorous side than other behemoths are. All behemoths are omnivorous, but the Odontotyrannus really loves its meat. Our heroes, tried to talk things out while also trying to stealth things out, and kind of failed the first but succeeded the second by way of breaking the hold that the boss had over the Odontotyrannus, at which point it ate the cashmen for them. They then managed to calm the Odontotyrannus down, pacify it, and bring it back to town, at which point they realized that the behemoth in question is a young member of its species, a calf, really, and had kind of imprinted on them because it turns out, much to everyone's surprise, behemoths do raise their young, and their young do kind of look for parental figures. So now our group has a big, flesh-eating monster that's just following them around, a creature of the size of a small hill, that thinks they're its parents. And they've decided that the greatest thing to do with that is to take it to Minervans to deal with those Mars militia fellers.
Not that we have a choice.
Not that you have much of a choice, no. It's going to follow you no matter what, until you give it a better place to go.
You have adopted me. Do not resist.
Now, currently, we are in the town of Vestia. And Minervans is over here, and that is a bit of a walk, so it will take a while for you all to reach Minervans. So we're gonna do your first day on the road.
Dun, 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 dun.
I am treating this as sort of an interlude session of sorts. The people of Vestia were kind enough to give you supplies to camp that allow you to rest and recover points to an extent while on the road. And you have relative safety provided by the Odontotyrannus. I'm gonna roll a dice and see if there's anything scary enough to actually try to fight you while this thing is walking alongside you. There is not. And so at about here on the map, you stop for your first night. Under the stars. It's nice. This is an interlude session, so if you want to add any bonds, you can. Otherwise, we'll just go on forward.
Let me check my bonds.
Can't think of anything that would have changed between.
Did I alter my... Did I check my bonds last time?
Did you level up, Lydia?
Probably not.
Good time to do that if you haven't already.
Yeah. So what are we doing right now?
It is an interlude session, so if you want to add to a bond, or modify a bond, or make a new bond of a new character, now is the time.
Okay.
No, but you can only add to one bond or make a new bond. You can't do both. Basically, I'll allow you to change bonds however you want, like when you're because that's a lateral move. But if you're adding a new element to a bond or making a bond of a new character, you can only do one of those.
Okay.
Just a freebie interlude for you of sorts. I mean, it wouldn't have been free if the random encounter had rolled.
Can't think of anything that would have changed with the main group, so I'll just add one with our good friend Ollie here.
Yeah, how frequently has Ollie been snacking?
A lot. Basically, while you've been like wandering with Ollie, you know that scene in The Land Before Time when Spike is born and like he makes some gigantic blades of grass the size of himself disappear ridiculously quickly? It has been that.
Except it's trees.
There is a fucking trail of now barren dirt from all the grass and plants and shrubs Ollie has been eating while traveling with you.
So Ollie's been girding the dinosaur.
Yeah, and Ollie is so big and so strong that you can ride on top of Ollie, one, with plenty of space, and two, with no apparent discomfort or added effort on Ollie's part.
Probably doesn't even notice.
To this beast.
Gora's
like a couple of grapes.
Gora's absolutely napping on it. But, we're also kind of maintaining this road by accident.
You're doing a good job of making sure that the path is clear and neat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Less of a likelihood of a venomous viper getting startled and biting a passerby, which happens with surprising commonality in Greek myths, so is probably a problem that people have to deal with.
There's a sphinx's head. It's like finally, you schmucks the riddle. Like, oh,
there's no riddling Ollie.
I'll just have to wait for an XP of TT to continue the joke. The Sphinx says.
Unfortunately, they are being smothered to death by 3 clown women.
All right.
I don't see any bonds I want to change, but oh wait, actually, did I? Okay, what? For Beatrice, actually, for like concern, what would I put for that? Loyalty, mistrust, affection, hatred.
Either loyalty or affection, I think.
Yeah. I already have affection.
You're either concerned out of like loyalty to this person, or out of, you know, because they're your blood, or out of like love for them.
Yeah, I'll do loyalty because she is pregnant, and like, oh my god, I cannot let anything bad happen to either of them now. I have, instead of 1 member of family left, I have 2. Oh my god. Anyway.
Alex, meanwhile, you have family?
So do you! Your aunt is one of those powerful witches in existence!
Blood family.
Blood don't matter.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, I was like, don't say anything.
I don't have any family. It's a long and lonely road for
the kid. The kid don't talk much about family.
Family. That's something the riches talk about in trying to justify their excess. I'm a self-made woman. Family is something the weak rely upon. Sure, they're there for you when you feel sick, with a cup of warm, sugary drink to help you lift your spirits, and saltine crackers when your tummy feels herpy. But you don't need that when you're an adult.
Oh my
and you're
god.
grown, ready to face the world. Take it by the horns.
When you said self-made woman, my brain immediately jumped to that one character. It's like, children, dreadful things. Glad I never was one.
The trunch.
All right. It's the following day. If no one else has any business or conversations. And as you travel, you eventually come across a section of road where 4 women in brightly colored outfits wave you down.
Wait, is this a world revolving?
It's just Calliope music. Don't worry about it.
It's just 4 women.
Don't set
women
yourselves
in
out on the map
colors.
if you want, or you don't have to. But here they are. Just 4 women in brightly colored outfits with oddly pale skin and somewhat bulbous noses wave you down. Hello,
Hello, I do-
Hello?
The one clad in red takes a bow before you all and says, "Hello, fair travelers! I am Scarlet, leader of the Jester's Jape."
Oh my god. Oh no.
The jester's shape.
These are my compatriots, Bianca, the magician, and the strange person in white nods her head. She's very short and kind of, she's built almost like a hobbit.
She's Vivi.
Azurite, the buffoon. Boss, I thought we said that we wouldn't be calling me that no more on account of my feelings. Azurite, the athlete. Thank you, boss. And of course, Obsidian! And she points to the predominantly black and white clown, which says nothing but tilts its head at a painful-looking angle. We are a quartet of humble performers, and we would like to extend an invitation to you and any travelers on the road to our carnival.
I do like carnivals.
Carnivals.
Carnival, a fair, a cavalcade of delights, for who couldn't use a nice escape from the harsh realities of the modern day into a world of whimsy and fun?
Do they seem to be reacting at all to the presence of Ollie?
Oddly enough, no. Nor to the fact that a ghost manifested from a board, and there's a goblin, and one of you has fucking devil horns.
I mean, there also can be on. So
Yes, there also can be ons, as you would know.
so it's
Game
like
recognizes game.
that's not unusual.
Yeah, can we help you?
Help us! No. It is us who wish to help you. We have a carnival. I mean, it would help us if you gave us a little money. And she gives you a wink. But nothing gained without something given. We offer a great buffet of entertainment and delights.
Do you have
We have-
literal food? Because our companion has the munchies.
Ah, yes, for your beast of burden? Boss,
Not
that
by
is-
our
that
choice.
That is the biggest Katoba pass I've ever seen. Don't scare them off. We need this. So, yeah, we can feed it.
He is a growing boy and very hungry.
So TT,
It's growing.
Yes.
Yes,
growing.
it's
So
apparently a baby.
hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Like I would know that clown clown cambions aren't typically.
Yeah, Leica would. I actually roll a double insight for me, and then I might give you something special.
Especially given her mom knew a specific clown.
Well, she wouldn't, because the
right.
Cecilverse version of Cookie exists much later in this timeline,
Ah,
after the Lost Epoch.
So would I get any bonuses for this?
No, I'm gonna give you information on clowns, period, but there's something
All right.
specific I want to see if you remember.
All right, come on.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ, Leica.
Okay. For, your parents, didn't like necessarily drill you on everything about demons, but you were familiarized with one particular group of demons called the Malabranch. There are a bunch of members. So one that your mother viewed with a bit of a particular disdain, though she wouldn't say why. It was named Rubicante. But there's another member of the Malabranch that was mentioned named Alicino, who has amongst her titles the Mother of Clowns. Jester is a job that any person can have, but jesters often imitate the appearance of, if not outright are, clowns, which are a variety of Cambion that all owe their existence to one particular demon, Alicino of the Malabranch. The 4 varieties of clown, which are the red clown, the white clown, the blue clown, and the black clown, were all spawned by humans that were blessed by one of Alicino's appendages. White clowns were blessed by the pallid paw of Alicino. Red clowns were blessed by the scarlet horns of Alicino. Blue clowns were blessed by the blue wings of Alicino, and black clowns were blessed by the black tongue of Alicino. And there's subtle differences between them that you don't quite recall off the top of your head, but they're all ultimately partial demon, partial human hybrids, cambions, specifically derived from that particular demon. And because jesters often imitate clowns, the stereotype of clowns is that, regardless of the demonic heritage, they're funny, they're goofy, they're silly little things. They have magic powers, as all cambions do, but they seem to be geared towards humor in some way. Which many would think makes them not very dangerous.
Oh.
Because no one ever gets hurt when things are funny, right?
That's when people get hurt the most often.
You hear a knock on the door. You open it up. There's a clown. You invite him inside. Pretty soon, before you know it, they've taken over.
For me, that is a stupid idea! Is he gone? Wow, what a good idea! That's my favorite episode of Freakazoid, the Clown/Clown episode. It's so good. Freakazoid is so good. It's better than Animaniacs, better than Tiny Toons. You all slept on it, world, and I'll never forgive you.
Well,
Anyway.
Well, I don't suppose we have anywhere else.
Yeah, it's a long, barren stretch of road, so come on into the carnival. And you know what? If you need to, you can camp out. We could make...
Can I roll an insight check on her?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to make sure that she's not, trying to do, like...
Yeah, you can do a...
Like this guard
you can do an insight, or an insight willpower. I'll allow you to phrase it either way.
Alright, she'll just...
Okay.
Basically, to make sure it's like, okay.
There is a desperate, eager to please way about how she is appealing to you. That catches you on edge. It's very clearly a salesman really trying to get someone to, to buy. Which can be a red flag. But at the same time, if you were running a shop on the roadside, in this time period where there's like bandits and crazed murderers and cultists of the god of war running about, maybe desperation isn't that hard to explain.
I have to ask, you lot in trouble? You seem in need of some assistance. Is someone playing you, or...?
No, we're just running a damn carnival. I mean, we're just running a carnival.
Oh.
A carnival of the damned, if you would.
No, just a oh my god.
I'm sorry, he did voice that out loud. I see opportunity for a pun.
It's okay, boss. You're out of practice. Listen up! We have a carnival! It's got games, and we got creatures, right? We have illusions of creatures. Yeah, we have delusional creatures.
Illusions, you say?
The white dress clown just, yes. They're illusory because it doesn't cost as much to feed them that way. Not that we're cutting corners. Not that we're cutting corners.
I appreciate your directness.
Well, I suppose that means there's more food for Ollie.
Well, yeah, we got a shitload of food. We take the dough, we fry it, it tastes good.
I would be actually quite interested.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'd love to see your carnival.
Yeah, I'd be quite interested in seeing these illusions and how you've done them.
Oh, the wizard in white pipes up. Oh, yeah.
Are we sure we can spare the time?
Leica looks to immense Ollie.
I don't think we're going to have a problem with speed if we ask Ollie to book it.
I suppose that's true.
I'm
pretty sure we're on his time right now instead of ours.
I want to get to Minervans, but I don't want to push anybody either.
You're the one with the most skin in the game, so if you're fine with it, then I will go along with it.
I'd like to check it out. I haven't seen a carnival since I was alive.
We're going to go see the carnival.
All right.
Since Alex is right there, I think he kind of sees their demeanor change when Cassie says that to go like, "Oh, okay, we're going."
Okay, so I didn't really find great tools for making a carnival in Incarnate, so I just grabbed one from the internet, which already had a grid on it, which didn't match up with Roll20s. So yay! Let's look at this. Just ignore the lines and you're fine.
I mean, if one grid is 5 feet, that means that Azurite is about 10 feet tall, which seems consistent.
First things first, when you get to the carnival, there is plenty of food. And I mean plenty. There's enough food to feed large crowds of people for weeks.
Crowds of people that have not come.
I mean, it's not healthy food. It's like heavily salted sausages and dough that's fried in oil and covered with sugar and great big barrels of nuts. All stuff that is salty and or sweet and heavily preserved in either oil or salt or vinegar to make it last long while out on the road. So none of it's particularly healthy for you, but it's all going to taste good and it's going to fill you up real nice. When you bring the Odontotyrannus, they're like, Kenny, we got a place where you can wait just, outside over here. Is that alright? We don't want him trampling on some of our,
Understandable. We'll try
furniture.
To get him to.
Ali. You stay here. Food will come to you. Okay. Like they motion like stay here. It's like pointing to where he's standing, and then motions towards the food, like moving towards him.
He seems to understand.
Okay. So reach up and pat his face.
The four clowns take positions. The white clown is over here, the blue clown is over here, the black clown is over here, and the red clown is over at the big tent.
Okay.
There are a variety of games you can play. And a lot of them are like basic carnival games. Like there's a throw the ball at the ducky game where the duckies move on an automatic. All of them are mildly enchanted to be able to tell when you win. You know, there's like a test your strength machine, and then the white clown is at a stand that says, "Feast your eyes upon the acts of great arcane Legerdemain, the magician of all time, Bianca." The blue clown is at a little stage over here where there's a bunch of big heavy objects, and she's currently limbering up. The black clown is on a stage over here and is doing all this strange pantomime, pretending like they're doing various activities with invisible objects. And the red clown is standing by the big tent, sort of just overseeing everything and observing, seeing where you are, and making sure all the machines are working right.
Does this feel safe?
And as you say that, like the music that you're hearing right now in chat begins playing in game, like in story, and you hear it over like everywhere, like magically projected around the carnival. "Come one, come all, the strong and the weak, enter this fair, courageous or meek, for all living souls could use an escape. Take this one with love from the great jester's jape."
Alex is a little wonder-eyed because I don't think he's ever seen a carnival like this.
You've
And
probably been to like a town fair, like in the town that your farm was bordering, which wants to be a carnival but is done by people who have day jobs. This is a carnival done by people who know their shit. Actual seasoned carnies.
Cassidy? Cassidy?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing alright?
I need your body.
That's one way to put it.
What?
I need your body.
Can you... Could you elaborate?
I haven't had carnival food since I was alive. I'm not passing this up.
Okay.
But I also don't have a stomach.
Are you suggesting you're going to possess them?
Do you want
Yes.
to possess me?
Yes.
God, how does that work here, TT?
Possession?
Yeah.
Okay. So, bodies are not designed to hold more than 2 souls at a time. So, while you can get possessed, it is 1, physically painful, and 2, potentially lethal if you do it too long.
Okay.
So Cassidy can possess you and experience what your body experiences, but you're gonna have to make a double might, and you're gonna have to keep making might checks every now and then.
How long?
What happens if I fail?
If you fail, you either eject Cassidy, or Cassidy could potentially have the option to try and stay in which case you would start taking damage.
Okay. Oh god. Oh no. Cole, what are you gonna do? Oh no. Alright, it might be a little difficult with my 2 souls. Are you up for that, Cassidy?
I can squeeze in.
Oh, okay.
I won't need that long.
Oh god.
Oh, she's drooling.
Both of you make double might checks.
Oh god, yep, time. Go away.
So, TT, is there a Gonzalez here?
There is unfortunately not a Gonzalez. They do not have. They, unlike a lot of characters you're going to be beat, they do not have an automaton in their stable.
8?
Do you want to? You want to invoke some?
That's a crit. So, I mean, no, it's not a crit. That's maximum roll for my might.
It is doubles.
That is double 4 out of a D4.
You wanna invoke some bonds to just add a number to that?
I would like to invoke my bond with Cassidy.
How strong is that bond?
3. It has all 3.
Okay, that makes it a success. Cassidy, you have a success too. So Cassidy, when you jump on in there, have you possessed a person before? I don't think so. Like, definitely not in game, but probably not in your undeath. I don't feel like a lot happened after you rose as a spirit, until Folly pried your floorboard out and took you with him. So, you've never done this before, but now you're doing it. There's a part of you, even though you have no prior experience doing this as a ghost, that knows that this isn't exactly how it's supposed to go. 1, you fit in too easily. 2, it feels kind of like you might have trouble getting out.
Oh.
And yes, it is an expended Fabula Ultima point. So, that's a problem for later. Whole, it's weird, but also kind of familiar. Like, not too familiar. As you have this third soul inside you. Almost like your body's like, yeah, sure, let's fit another one in here, why the fuck not? More the merrier, I guess. We're just doing this again. You want to make it, let's go to 5. I don't give a fuck.
And then translucent spectral blood begins leaking from Janice's eyes and mouth.
Mm-hmm. They are wearing the mask. So
yeah, any fun carnival game you want to imagine you can do, but the really big ones are the magic show, the pantomime, the athletic show, and whatever is going on in this tent.
How much in control am I right now?
Food!
Okay.
I guess it depends on how controlling Cassidy wants to be.
Where's the food, TT?
Mainly in this center area.
Okay. Up here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cole doesn't resist the urge for the food because that's kind of why Cassidy is doing.
You look at the menu, there's fried dough with fruit in it, or dried fruit, but still it's gonna taste good. There's fried dough with cinnamon sugar, that costs extra. There's fried sausages, a variety of fried sausages. There's fried nuts. Okay. And then there's just, roasted nuts, non-roasted nuts.
What are you in the mood for, Cassidy?
Everything.
And a shitload of, and some very, very good mead.
I will take one of everything.
Okay. That's gonna cost you 10 zenit.
All
This
right.
is Cassidy right now.
Once you put the zenit down, there's a bunch of Ed, and Eddie sound effects, like a and then poofing into existence via evocation are the things you ordered.
Oh, damn. Where is that? Okay, so 10 you said?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay. She doesn't resist Cassidy getting to eat.
Cassidy just goes completely feral inside.
Oh no, my mask's off.
Just tilts the mask off and just starts shoveling everything.
It tastes delicious in the way only deeply unhealthy food can taste delicious.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I hope you're ready, Janice, because if you think your body's fucked up now, being a literal chimera of two human beings, imagine what this is going to do to your insides.
Yeah.
You're going to be incapacitated for the attack on Minervans.
Oh no.
You'll just have to lay on top of Ollie as he tramples people.
You enjoying it, Cassidy?
What was the clowns think of this? Are they frightened at all?
Well, here's the thing. There's no one manning this stand. The stand is just working on its own.
Oh, that's true.
I'd be fascinated if I was not currently very distracted.
Like, the other clowns from where they're standing can, like, vaguely see what you're eating and maybe a little messily, but, like, you're fucking traveling on the road. You're allowed.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna check out the magic show.
Alright,
So we'll like it.
Bianca, the short clown in white clothes, like, alright. Limbering up. Okay, prepare to be amazed at the great Bianca. And she begins creating these wondrous illusions of dragons flying through the air and all sorts of strange beasts, like somewhat silly knights dressed not in like military armor but jousting armor, slash their swords at each other and like and all that. And she's like, "Would you guys want to see something really cool? I learned this from a guy."
Sure.
She does a few fancy hand motions and gestures with her staff, which is specifically looks like the kind of staff that they would give to a jester, but is also in this case a magic staff. And she bops it once, and suddenly the realistic illusions change to look like living artwork.
Whoa.
Oh, I
Like
wonder where.
like the drawings in a book come to life, complete with like cross hatching and very simple flat colors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is called a silly illusion. They're pretty hard to do, right? I think I got it pretty well, though.
It's fantastic.
Thanks. It takes a very skilled illusionist to pull it off. I studied a book from one of the best.
Who is that?
The Ruslovakian guy, not someone you would have heard of.
I might have heard of him.
Mr. Isaac, I think, Murametz.
That sounds about right.
Murametz. I'm sure he'll come to me.
Yeah. All right. And then the illusion ends. I can do some more with sound, but she hops down. Like, I get the sense that some of you might know a little bit of magic.
Not me.
I dabble, but more into the figuring out quarry sort of thing.
And I really got the sense that there were some casters here. Well,
the casters are currently engaging at the buffet.
oh,
They should be.
Yes, I am. They're practicing that school of magic known as gastronomy, right?
the clown looks down, sighs a little wistfully. Jokes, yeah. Well, if they want to talk shop, just tell them to come on over. I'll keep doing some more illusions for you, but it'd really be fun to talk with somebody who knows about the craft. It's been ages. Been a very long time since I've talked to a peer in wizardry, so,
if you move to your if you talk to your whoever's the ringleader, if you move up the road to around the Dreamwoods, you probably get a lot more mages and people.
The Dreamwoods are filled with fairies, and no offense to your goblin friend over there by the fried foods, but fairy can be a little tricksy, and as my boss Scarlet says, that's our job.
God, does she mimic the voice perfectly?
Yes, although it's not the voice Scarlet has been using,
Oh.
but the voice Scarlet has been using is very clearly a show voice.
Ah.
I see. So it's a case of professional courtesy then?
No, I don't want them to turn my head into a fish.
Well,
I have a very deep fear of fairies turning my head into a fish. It's because when I was 4, which was a long time ago, I was in a village, and a kid got abducted by fairies. When he came back, they turned his head into a fish.
Oh.
He could still breathe because he had lungs, but his head was a fish.
Oh.
It was a full-on fish growing out of his neck.
I'm sure that must have been pretty
He couldn't
distressing.
talk anymore. He didn't have the right lips.
Just like the tragic tale of Ty Bulpington.
Thank you, Kai.
Well, the
Eventually,
fairies.
he put his head on a skillet, and that's how he died. It was horrible.
Oh. That's horrifying.
I don't want them to turn my head into a fish, so I'm staying out of there.
Well, I mean, the fairies we do know can't, like, at least one of them can turn people into jackasses, but they're nice.
That's worse. I don't want a donkey growing out of my neck. Would I have legs? Would they kick me?
He's not that bad.
Well, maybe not the Dreamwoods, but Junitonia's recently...
He's gonna look over the like up, but we did kind of introduce a lot of fairies to that.
Scarlet, are we allowed back in Junitonia yet? Not for 50 more years. Okay, thanks, Scarlet.
What happened to Junitonia?
Listen, not every carnival is welcome. That's why we generally go between roads.
Ah.
And I imagine lately you haven't been getting a lot of business.
Oh, business has been bad. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. You know, I'm not... what can I do for you illusion-wise?
Oh, I mean, what are you capable of?
Well, I can create any visual for the most part, anything that you would see in reality. I know a few silly illusions. I'm not a master. I'm mostly replicating ones that I've seen previously. I've never really dabbled in making my own skill set wise. But like, you know, you do Dragon the Songbird, Ballad of the Black Knight and the Warrior Women. Saga of the Knights of the Iron Fang.
Well, you did mention learning from a Ruskolovakian book. Do you know any tales from there? Because apparently I'm from there.
Yeah, actually, the Saga of the Knights of the Iron Fang, the first story of that is about dealing with the Ruskolovakian tyrant Varney Sharmil.
Oh. Shamil.
Sharmil, yeah. They're like a family in one of the Ruskolovakian kingdoms. I think it's called Castlevania.
So I've heard.
Yeah. Varney Sharmil, well, I mean, I don't want to spoil things. Nasty guy. Eventually got overthrown in a battle with the Knights of the Iron Fang. And then his cousin, Sarkani Sharmil, ends up taking over the family. Which turns out to be relatively for the good. Turns out she's a pretty nice lady, at least according to the ballad. But then ballads always try to end with like the rightful king is restored to the throne. I don't know how much that accurately reflects reality.
Huh. Well, I'd still like to hear it.
Okay. And she begins spinning this silly illusion of a story of a motley collection of knights, all of which have different monsters as their mounts. Like there's a dragon knight, there's a knight aboard some sort of turtle lion thing. There's a knight with a giant serpent, like a snake. There's a knight on a griffin, a knight on a unicorn, a knight on a kelpie, and a knight on a Catoblepass, as well as a bard who tells lots of jokes throughout the story. And a goblin knight on a salamandrel. Can't forget him. And they all sort of join forces, led by the knight with the big lion turtle monster, to try and stop an invasion by the wicked Count Varney Charmille, who is depicted as a monstrous creature of darkness, a vampire, with an army of vampire minions at his side. And there's like lots of epic conflicts and clashes, leading to a giant battle with Count Charmille aboard his giant undead dragon. And the knights, take him down, and they destroy his giant undead dragon. And the knight on the dragon spears him through the heart with a lance made of light, and it destroys him. And the good Charmille family member takes over the house and rewards the Knights of the Iron Fangs and creates an era of peace and prosperity throughout Castlevania that will last for at least 100 years or more, according to the ballad. And then when the story wraps up, and it takes like a good half an hour for the whole ballad to be told in song, with cartoon visuals. It's the story moves at a fast pace, but it's still a whole fucking ballad. Medieval ballads are long, at least when they're story ballads, like the chivalric ballads. The short ballads like Tamlin and all that aren't as long by comparison. But Bianca gets none of this, and the visuals are great. The monsters are all rendered very lovingly and in a very stylized fashion. The heroes are dramatic and maybe just a little bit more like stylized to be more attractive than is possible in reality. The whole story ends with a flourish, and Bianca's like, yep, and that's how it goes. Last I heard, the Charmilles are no longer in power, so I guess 100 years was a pretty good estimate, but 1,000 was a bit beyond their means.
Yeah, he makes a hard to discern facial expression for a moment, but then he puts a smile back on and he claps a little bit. It's like, that was a splendid performance. You have a knack for storytelling.
Thanks. I mean, the script was pre-written, as was the music.
But you infused it with your own life.
Oh, thank you. And she, her cheeks, which are naturally blue, if I remember my artwork correctly, actually, blush, so they're a bit more purpley.
Oh.
Because even if the script was pre-written, these illusions are your own invention, are they not?
Yeah. I mean, I'm doing a lot of shot-for-shot remaking here, but yeah, I did have to figure out how to replicate them myself.
I'm sure that took a lot of time and practice.
Well, yeah.
Nonetheless, I think the product is, sure spectacular. I mean, a bunch of moving pictures with a story to tell. It helps really digest all that information.
She smiles, a sheepish shark-toothed grin. Aww. Thanks. The boss tells me my stuff's good, but she don't know enough to talk about the details of it.
We do have some mages in the party. You are right about that. We can get their opinion. Yes, Leica?
And her eyes light up.
I was gonna say, adaptations are often better than their source material.
Okay, well, wow, thank you. But I don't want to act like I'm better than the great Ivan? Probably Ivan. Oh no, that's probably not nice thing to say. It's like saying every Englishman's name is Jack, or Anglo-Saxon man's name is Jack. Isaac or Ivan Murametz, he was a master.
I know. And they forced students named Jack in school. They all died.
Well, every master was once a student, so...
They all died.
You knew a bunch of Jacks who died?
Yes, he did!
Yeah, she knew a bunch of British kids named Jack.
Oh
I'm not
god,
going to pry into that. So
the Giants
okay.
were taking preventative measures.
Never again.
How's the eating going, Cassidy?
Um,
A half hour.
That was a all died a plague joke, but
Okay, I thought you were specifically referencing something where a lot of guys named Jack died, and I was struggling like, what story? One has multiple characters named Jack, and two, they all die. What are you referencing?
oh, what is a reference to my time in my high school where there was like 4 different kids all with my first name.
I'm sorry.
There was 80 there in a high school of like in a high school that only had like 120 kids. 4 of them all had my name.
I had like
Damn.
5 kids with the same name as mine in the same class. I was very sad for that teacher.
Yeah, Cassidy, how you doing?
Anyway, Janice is starting to feel extremely sick.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no! Janet! Oh no! The carnival runs on Spirit of the Wild logic. She's turning into a pig.
Cassidy,
A silly illusion picture of a clown's face appears for the stand, and it says, with concern in its pre-recorded voice, sure you, haven't had enough?
Cassidy,
Haven't had enough of this?
Cassidy.
Is the food served on like paper plates or anything?
Yeah, it'd be served on like really cheap, like wooden plates.
She has also been eating the plates.
Oh my God!
If you need a station to Ralph, and it points over to like a section of somewhat grimy looking empty buckets.
Cassidy,
The good news is she's started to slow down.
Started.
Cassidy, please.
Okay.
You're hurting your partner.
I'm happy to give
Safe
you
word. Which safe word?
Now's the time. Since it's been about a half an hour in story, I think now's the time for you guys to make those might saves.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
3.
Cole, you need to eject Cassidy, and Cassidy, when you feel that, do you comply?
Yes.
Okay. As you comply, you feel kind of like a mouse caught in flypaper. Like, just... Like, your ectoplasm is sticking to something that does not want to let go. And you kind of have to tear just a bit to get out. It's not bad. It's not like, you know, if in this situation of pulling to get glue off of you, it's not like skin came off or anything.
Hairs, definitely.
It feels a little raw.
Ooh.
And she just goes flying out.
Also, I'm going to tip the clown we
Good
for
idea.
the story.
They could use the money.
When Cassidy comes out, there's. Oh, how does it feel for me when he comes out?
Being possessed don't feel good. Like, everything felt heavier. And not cramped in a physical sense, but cramped in a, like... If you've ever had a fever so bad that you struggle to think,
Yes.
it felt like that.
All
If
right,
you've ever had, like, sinuses so bad that, like, just moving your head or looking at things fills you with pain, it felt like that. If you've ever felt really bloated after a meal, it felt like that. Like, just... There was just a pressure everywhere that should not be there.
Okay.
I mean, she still feels that.
Yeah. Janice like stumbles and like tries to catch herself on the stand.
What has Gore been doing?
Yeah.
I mean, he ordered essentially one of everything and has been taking his time sampling and enjoying each of it.
It's all delicious.
Yeah.
It is delicious in the way that food that is very bad for you is delicious.
Yeah, so there would be
It's
10s in it, roughly.
Okay. It's carnival food.
Yeah.
It makes you. It is 100% carnival food, and it makes you feel the way eating carnival food does, where you're like, if I do this every day, I'll die.
I get you.
I think Janice just now ate more than just a day's fill.
Yeah. Oh, Cassidy?
She floats up, looking, having mixed feelings.
Do you enjoy the food?
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
It's alright. I was trying to get your attention at the end there. But I'm glad you had fun.
Do you need some help?
Maybe.
Cassidy,
Gore's there. He probably know how to deal with upset tummy.
Of course.
What does Cassidy do?
Cassidy is going to attempt to help Janice up.
Janice grips on as tight as she can. How do you eat this much, Gore?
He just kind of glances over as a corn dog via tentacle vanishes into his mouth. Breakfast. He just then pats his rather, portly belly. Just like, what else do you think?
Basically, Gore just told Janice is a skill issue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh God, would he be one of those guys who is at a carnival for eating contests? It's like, I'm not here to prove anything. I just want to eat.
No, he doesn't go to eating contests. He's there for enjoying food, not, inhaling food.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if he were to fight, he wouldn't lose to anyone.
He probably would rank very highly, yes.
It's like, the reason I don't participate in the contests is because I want to be low and chill and chill vibes, and also it wouldn't be fair.
I mean, I think Cassidy could give him a good run if she had a
Body.
Yeah.
Given that she can just eject the body in the stomach with it, and like, alright, I feel great, let's get me another one. I think she has a hack.
Yeah, you feeling alright, Cassidy?
I think I feel better than I have in a while.
Oi!
She doesn't have the mask on because it had to come off to eat. She smiles, shaky smiles at Cassidy, and wipes off some of the goo.
Hey, Janice, oh,
What is this?
you okay?
Is this your ectoplasm, Cassidy?
Yeah, I might have left a little bit behind. It was strangely tight in there.
What?
You might
It was.
in a hard place.
I like 1 second. What was that, Cassidy?
It was a little tight in there.
Well, I do have.
Somewhere you hear the disembodied sound of a rim shot. You're like,
Oh wait, we would be able to hear that diegetically because we're at the
Yes.
carnival.
Yeah.
I mean that literally in the carnival.
Oh.
You're in a carnival run by clowns. Things are going to
Magic.
get weird specifically for jokes.
Yep.
So, what was the Wizard's Clan's name again?
Bianca, I think?
Yeah,
Bianca would like to have a talk shop with you.
oh, that yes, Cassidy.
If you're, in any shape to move, but She showed us this wonderful moving picture show.
The illusions, yeah. Cassidy, could you help me over there?
Alright. Don't squeeze too hard.
Oh, God.
Okay. I'll support the top, you move the bottom.
Just stumbling towards Bianca like a zombie.
A little. With a
Arms
ghost hanging off
outstretched,
her.
groaning in discomfort.
Is this a seat?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking sits down on it and it like groans underneath her.
And Bianca is currently crafting a more normal illusion of knights jousting while dragons fly in the sky.
Hello, Bianca.
Are you alright?
I allowed my friend here to taste for a bit.
Okay. She turns off the illusions and steps down, and then looks you over and is like, ooh, your ectoplasm is out of whack. Here, I think I can fix that.
Yeah.
And she's waving her staff around, and eventually you do feel significantly better. Not cured, but like, it's like when the Sudafed hits in when you have a sinus infection. It's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Some measure of relief.
Oh, wow. How did you do that?
Oh, the spirit glue is pretty easy to manipulate when you actually know to look for it.
Spirit glue?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Did you study the occult at all?
I know a base level of occultism.
Okay, so spirit glue is the strange substance that holds your spirit to your body.
I guess
And everything's got spirit glue, even if it doesn't have a spirit. Like that rock over there, it's got spirit glue. The grass got spirit glue. Dirt got spirit glue. You have as a living being, you've got a whole bunch of spirit glue because you have an actual spirit that's tied to your body. And if your spirit glue gets out of whack, you feel it because the spirit's not adhering properly, and it's like having a muscle out of joint.
Oh.
Yeah. You got some funky things going on with your soul there. It looks like a croissant.
It's a.
Like, did you try the twisty dough loops?
I tried everything.
Yeah, it looks like a twisty dough loop in there.
Could you look over Cassidy? Make sure she's alright too?
Yeah, where's Cassidy? Who's Cassidy? What are we talking
her.
Hello.
Cassidy.
Oh, okay. Well, miss, I hate to inform you, but I believe you're dead.
Oh no! I thought it was just a cold.
Yeah, I kind of assumed you actually knew that already, but yeah, you're not living no more.
I can't tell who's choking and which of you knows or doesn't know. Oh God.
I think we're both aware of the situation.
Okay.
I think we're being mutual smooth sharks.
Yeah, we were being glib.
Alright.
You know how you die? You know what your unfinished business is?
Red Death and abusive boss escape justice.
Ah. Fuck, I know how that goes. I've had quite a few bad employers over time, so good thing me and the girls got each other, so.
You family?
Of a sense. I mean, not like sisters or nothing, but like at least blood-wise.
Alright. Your chosen family.
Found each other, and we've stuck around for a good long time. Got a good groove going. We work together well. You know, sometimes the jobs we take are not as good as we'd like them to be, but you know, you get what you get, and you do what you can to get by.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Let's feel better.
Are you the wizard, or is she the wizard? She says, pointing to Cassidy.
No, Cassidy is not a wizard.
Okay,
Like-
okay, so wizardry, and then she begins gabbing your ear off. If you allow her to gab your ear off, she will talk to you about magic. And if you spend half an hour doing so, she will teach you some things about magic through the conversation that allow you to reduce the cost of spells by 5 MP.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Happily, where's that? Put that in my journal. Spells by 5. She will. Excuse me. She will happily like return anything she knows. You know.
Yeah.
She doesn't want it. It's not going to be just talking to a wall.
No. It's an interesting experience because part of you is an academic wizard who has gone to school.
Yes.
She is very clearly not an academic wizard. She is clearly wizard who has learned through apprenticeships and life experience. But it's a lot of life experience. Like, as she's talking, you begin to start putting together. And this, like, she looks like she might be, like, charitably 20 years old.
She's older than she looks.
She is at least a few centuries.
Oh my god! All right. So this is centuries worth of just.
Yeah, there's a reason you get that pretty significant bit of magic. Like, she knows her shit. She doesn't talk about it in like academic jargon. It's very off the cuff, very commoner speak. And she's got this weird accent that's not quite placeable to any country that you know of or kingdom that you know of. But like, the knowledge is very solid when you're piecing it together, and she's explaining it in a very down-to-earth way that's very easy to grasp.
Okay, since she got a look at my soul, she'll go into a little bit about what's going on with that. Like a surface level, like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten 2 souls smushed together.
Oh no, like when someone botches a chimera. I mean, you're looking really good, so whoever did this, or however this was done, it kind of a miracle.
She winces when it says botched chimera, but as far as I can tell, magic did it.
Well, yeah, I mean, oh, so you need like no. Then she pauses and she says, Res and Mediterra, so, talk a lot about the gods. And the gods made some of the most complex chimeras there ever were. Like the Typhon and the Echidna, the first ones.
Uh-huh.
Like, people have tried to recreate those, and it's hard. It's a supreme work of magicraft.
Yeah.
Almost wonder if there's a spark of a divine in this.
Right, go on. Spark of the divine?
Yeah, listen, merging 2 souls into one body is, that's ridiculously hard magic. There's a reason most chimeras are made out of dead body parts. The presence of a soul makes the manipulation of a body significantly more different than just manipulating dead tissue. It's why most conjurers, they use ground up dead plants, dead animal parts, gems, things that don't have a soul attached to them, but still have a connection to magic. Your souls are combined, and your body relatively is undeformed and is functioning properly, like you haven't been like growing strange tumors or vomiting out your internal organs, right?
No.
Yeah, so as, chimeras go, you're remarkably solid. And for someone to do that while the souls are present, like that can't just be an accident. There had to be some very skilled hand to do it.
Huh.
And we're either talking about like some archmage of archmages, like a once in a lifetime talent, like Vormodon the Dread, God bless his soul if he was still around, or a god, or maybe a demon.
It's a good thing we don't know any gods or demons.
Well, we don't know any demons.
We met those shadowy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Well, do we know them?
Yeah, true.
We know
true.
of them.
Barely an acquaintance. What's like the enemy version?
An adversary?
Dearly detested.
An inconvenience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we're trying to cross a bridge and some prissy theater kid starts talking at us and takes us to his house. He goes on about the worms in our brains.
What the fuck?
I'm making a jab at Raphael from Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. Wormwood.
Still haven't played it yet.
Nora, you're gay. You have to play Baldur's Gate 3.
So Baldur's Gate's going up there with Fallout New Vegas as the
Just thinking the exact same thing.
You give it 10 years, I guarantee that shit is gonna be on the Fallout New Vegas level.
10 years, it's already there.
It's got a canon trans character in it, played by a trans actress.
Possibly too.
I think this could have been something higher.
Higher than a god? Is that possible?
No, I mean higher as in god, demon. That's what I mean.
Well, whatever did this, however this happened, there's got to be a reason behind it. You know, I think you and your friend might be well matched. You both got some unfinished business you got to unravel.
He'll look to Cassidy. I guess we're in this for the long haul, Cassidy.
Such it is.
Thank you. Your insight is actually somewhat better than most teachers I've had.
And your enthusiasm is very approachable.
Yeah.
Being real nice to me today.
What should
She
we
can't
should
help
we not
smiling.
be?
Well, generally, audience members are more demanding and sort of self-involved.
Ah.
You know, it's like, make the tits bigger. More dragons.
Well, I, for one, find it fascinating.
Thank you. Man, I gotta talk to other wizards more often.
I'd be happy to hear more from you another time.
Right, well, enjoy the carnival.
Thank you, Bianca. Yeah. Did I tell you my name? Whatever. Janice Crow.
Cassidy.
Meet you, Janice and Cassidy. Bianca de Perro is glad to give you a good performance.
Smiles at her. Yeah, that should hold it off. Oh wait, I can give her gold. Yeah, actually, I definitely will.
How much?
I'm checking how much I have. I think I have a pretty high amount. Yeah, I have 2,000. I'll give her 100.
Oh, damn. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That was the amount Leica was gonna give too.
Holy shit.
Fucking.
Fuck it, I will also give 100. I said I was good a tip.
Good payday for the Jester's Jape. All
They
right.
need it. They need a good windfall.
Yeah.
Are we at the mime next?
Yeah.
I like it is.
Obsidian does these various pantomimes, and a lot of them begin as sort of what you imagine, pretending to be pulling something very heavy with a rope, being trapped in a box. But they get more and more elaborate, and as the performance goes on, you find yourself really invested and really sort of like very quickly imagining the scenarios she's playing out. And there's one where she's pantomiming like running from something, and you can see the strange and monstrous beast that's chasing her. Not physically with your eyes, but just in your imagination because of the way she's pantomiming. You can do it, and all of this occurs without her making a single sound. And after about 10 minutes or so of doing this solo, she stops, and with her, like, all of these clowns look slightly different, and she is perhaps the most inhuman of them all in build, in that her arms and legs don't really seem to have bones. They're these long, flexible tubes of meat that stretch and curl and bend like they're made of rubber. She's essentially a rubber hose, animation character.
And for the average person, I imagine that could be pretty off-putting.
It's very strange. It's like watching an octopus. But if an octopus was crudely in a human shape, eventually she stops she finishes her current pantomime and then stops and holds out one of her arms for you and smiles a wide, sharp-toothed grin.
Is she asking for a volunteer?
Yeah, she motions for any of you to come up with like a long curling of her index finger.
Go on, Leica.
All right, I will.
All right. She does a motion and then holds out her hand for you to repeat.
Leica repeats it.
And she does some more, and slowly she starts teaching you movement, and occasionally the floorboards creak, and she stops and she looks at you with a sharp, and sometimes like impossibly far turn of her head, like owl style, like 180 degrees or more. And then re-instructs you how to do it. And as she's teaching you all these things, if you spend about 20 minutes with her, you will gain a +5 bonus to any situations where silence is needed.
Oh,
Like
shit.
ending
Like
silently or all of that. And when you finish working with her, she claps, and even though her hands touch, no sound is produced. For you, and motions for the audience to applaud, and then motions for you to take a bow or curtsy, whichever you prefer.
Alex will definitely try to clap, but not make noise when he does it, like stopping at the last second.
You slip up a couple of times.
Yeah,
Gordon,
just currently doing it
but
right now.
She appreciates the effort. She points at you and she smiles, a grin that is probably meant to be like friendly, but just because of the width of her
predatory.
mouth and the sharpness of her teeth, like she's got those perfect triangular shark teeth. It cannot help but look a little unsettling.
Leica will also tip.
let's say,
I shall also tip.
Gore will clap with brief shouts of bravo,
Obsidian bows, and then when you tip, she looks at you, and she quickly mimes counting it all, and she looks at you with concern, like, "Oh, this is too much."
Oh, we're good. We're good for it.
And then she
Alright.
bows very gratefully.
Oh, we're good.
I will tip as well.
You know what I like to imagine? She like bows like far enough to bend over, like
I mean, she almost does like a full circle with her own like with her torso. And in fact, she probably does that. Like each time she just ratchets up.
Also, Zachary,
Mhm.
you've got like 2,000 gold, probably more.
Oh shit, I should probably tip too.
oh, I just realized
You haven't
Her
spent
icon.
anything yet, dude.
I think Cassidy probably had like 5,000 gold. Given every one of us has bought and stuff but her.
Yeah.
Did you realize, DZ?
I just realized because we're using a grid system and the way you drew the like her limbs, she's stuck in an invisible box.
She's stuck in an invisible box.
Oh my god! PT, that's
The
so
mind is stuck in
good.
an invisible box.
Because I was like wondering, like it kind of looks like she's bounding, but the more I looked at it, it's like, oh no, she's stuck.
But yeah, Cassidy will leave 100 to Bianca and Obsidian.
Aw. He's being so nice.
Yeah, they're being really nice.
So,
They haven't tried to eat us yet, so that which is much better than some people
Ways where
we've
you
met.
open up the final 10. It's like, oh, there's the devils wanting our soul.
Gore will tip 50.
If they're gonna
Aw.
betray us, we're gonna make them feel bad about it.
Yeah. Wonderful.
They're making us laugh, but if they betray us, we're gonna make them feel sad.
Oh, that's wonderful. Psychological warfare, the best kind.
If Lyca's going to hell, it ain't gonna be for greed. Fuck you, Mammon.
Alright, Azurite next?
Yeah.
Leave the boss for last.
Alright. Hey, look at you, fresh-faced peoples. Hello, I am Azurite, the athlete.
I couldn't help but overhear what was happening, or your change of title earlier.
Yeah.
Why not what was your name again? Azurite?
Azurite.
Why not Azurite the Buff instead of the Buffoon?
Yeah, well, I mean, there was nothing wrong with being called a buffoon for a while, but now the name's associated with fucking idiots.
Also, athlete has alliteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like how Nimrod used to mean great hunter, but now everyone thinks it means you're a moron.
Because of that fucking rabbit.
I guess it's just like the case with goons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I feel bad for the goons.
It used to be honest. It used to be such an honest profession.
Yeah, anyways, I can do a lot of lifting stuff and a lot of pratfalls. I'm gonna do this for yous. And she begins, like, juggling ludicrously heavy and increasingly dangerous objects. Like, we're talking about, like, full-on fucking, like, barrels of wine. Or mead, in this case.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's not that bad, it's not that hard, you just gotta do the practice.
That's very impressive.
And she's doing this all, and, like, her movements are, like, impressive, but also, like, comical. Like, it's juggling, which is already kind of inherently silly and stupid, but she's really playing it up, like, even pretending to lose control for a minute, only to do something more impressive with how she's spinning, like, all these things through the air. And then
Has
when
the
she gets
energy
done-
of a strong man.
Yeah, and then when she gets done with the juggling act, she proceeds to do a lot of, like, tumbling, with the a lot of, like, slapstick pratfalls with, like, various, like, moving gadgets, where she pretends to, like, get knocked flat on her ass and all that, but is in complete control where she's not getting actually hurt by the stunts. Yeah. That's the art of buffoonery. Anyone want to give it a try? I can do lessons.
That
I-
takes an
I-
impressive amount of control.
I used to
Yeah.
juggle in court.
Yeah,
I wasn't very good, but
Like,
Good, guys.
comedy is not just about the jokes. It's about the talky jokes. It's also about the physicality of it. There's a great amount of humor in the physicality. And and she flexes her big fucking arms. I'm very good at the physicality.
Lyca's reminded something that hits a bit close to home, which she doesn't know how to process.
Go, Cassidy. Go learn.
All right. If you spend time training with Azurite, You gain +5 to performing feats of physical strength, provided you can describe how you're performing them in a comical way. So you can do any feat of you can get a +5 bonus to any feat of strength you want to do. You know, any physical feat you want to do, so long as you can Roger Rabbit it.
I think I can spin that in a ghostly way.
Yeah.
You aren't limited by, having a body.
We're trying the ghost in physicality.
Is this something that's just one of us or all of us?
You can all do it. I mean, you gotta spend the amount of time. Like, it takes time to do all these lessons with these clowns. But if you do it, you can all.
So, what's the time thing? Now that you mentioned that.
Well, you are in a fictional world where the world the sun eventually sets and all that. You guys arrived here at about 11 a.m. in the morning, roughly. Not that they would have clocks to tell you that. So as you spend time at the circus or at the carnival learning things and playing with the clowns, time will pass. So they will get closer and closer to sundown.
Can I roll a magical insight check to make sure we're not being Rip Van Winkled?
You mistrust these clowns? They're so delightful.
Leica doesn't say anything. Just it's parental instilled paranoia because we're on a crossroads. We have a magical artifact of unknown power, even though we recently found out it's
potentially unlimited power. Asterisk.
Yes.
Like there are no sexy Nazi vampires and.
Yeah, there's no Nazis.
So that would be an insight check?
Yeah.
I trust these clowns unconditionally.
You didn't see any signs of a fairy ring. There were no runes hidden in the entrance. While a lot of the furniture is enchanted, you don't get the sense that you are in some sort of enchanted place. So time is not being fucked with.
Okay.
Beyond just the natural progression of it.
Alright. So the anxiety is gone.
Are you visibly relaxing a little bit?
Yeah, is a little relaxed more.
Alex will hand you one of the things you snagged from the snack booth, one of those cotton candy, swirl things. I see you're finally unwinding.
Oh, well. I tend not to trust others immediately.
Well, I think it's a shame that the world is like that.
Janice is clapping for Cassidy as she's learning.
Alex, if you want to roll an insight check on Leica, she's watching this.
Oh, sure. Double insight. That would be
Inspect.
11.
All right. You get a feel a look of nostalgia from Leica, but also a little bit of a uneasy pain, seeing all the pitfalls. There's a little bit of familiarity she has with this.
Ooh.
I take it you've been to a carnival before?
Well, one could say. One could say my entire life was a carnival up until this point, but...
Well, you hardly seem the fool to me.
Well, we're all on fate's path. Just I haven't really evolved that death too.
Yeah.
Oh man, when you say that, Janice's body tenses.
They fall.
Yeah, we've all met death. Janice has a visceral reaction to that. Just
I think Cassie would have the most visceral reaction.
she is.
Yeah, exactly. If she were listening and attentive.
We are talking while you're performing, and like I said, we've all faced death.
And remembering the stinger from last episode, some of us are a little more literal.
We're all fools, and we've all met death on the crossroads of fate.
Yeah, I would say that you probably have the strongest reaction to that, but you're up there performing and learning.
It truly is like they say. A Goofus meets the end of all things on the path to the planet.
Well, he's got to look over to Laika. Well, I don't know much about you. You've been pretty mum about that, and I'm not going to pry, of course, but I mean, look up at Cassidy. She's technically had the hardest of all of us, but look at her. She's happy. She's smiling. And maybe your life is about, appreciating just the little things, appreciating when it's good. Because, I mean, we're not exactly in charge of how often the good times come, so we should enjoy it while we can,
Like it's like furrows her brow, like.
Because the last thing I want to do is let the world make a monster of me. I'm only here for a short time, not a long time.
It's funny.
He says this like eating a Carabao apple.
That's funny.
Absolutely would have those, yeah.
It's funny because I want to spend my whole went on this trying to kill monsters, and yet ever since I met Ollie, I haven't killed a single one.
Well, aside from
we saved more monsters than we have.
Oh yeah, Chitters. Do you like some food?
Munching on elephant ears.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Chitters some food. God, nothing here is healthy. I don't think anything I get would be better than anything else.
Well, considering the hard life Chitters has
sugar.
had, she deserves a little decadence.
Yes, I get him. I get them a. Oh, the thing that that Bianca said my soul looks like.
A croissant.
A twisty.
A twisty,
yeah.
yeah.
Twisty. I get a dough twisty for
Are
Chitters.
you gonna finish that croissant?
I need that. That's my soul. Did you enjoy yourself, Cassidy?
Very much.
Good.
You're okay.
Just like, what?
You look a little sluggish.
I've not eaten that much in one sitting. Ever?
Like it's been.
I feel better. It's settling, but woof. I'm gonna be
The
feeling
world
this
is
later.
revolving, and so is Laika.
Did you eat the plate?
I might have eaten some of the plates.
God, I don't know if I can even. I guess I'll worry about that when it comes.
We're stimming. Don't mind us.
We have drawn the war on autism on the side of autism.
Cassidy.
Yes?
What was it like in there? And
It felt strangely like a third wheel.
Because she doesn't have a mask on, she just blushed a little and she asks, "What? The
It was
third wheel?
strange. Yeah,
What do you mean?"
like I was intruding.
Oh,
Of course, then the hedonism took over and it stopped bothering me.
Hearing the phrase "third wheel," Alex is just gonna mutter to himself, "You know, I never understood why that." He's saying this to Laika. I never understood why third wheel is meant to be awkward. Because I mean, wheelbarrows have 3 wheels; they're pretty steady.
If you're a middle child, you'd understand.
Hmm.
yeah.
Well, I was the only one on the farm, but I don't know. Maybe I had siblings. Have siblings? I don't know.
Cassidy?
Hmm?
I'm glad I could make you happy.
If you were
Me too.
She'll, glance over to see if the others are looking. Are you this way?
Gora's eating popcorn and looking.
Yeah, we gay.
Oh man, she's just think. You know what? She'll look back at Cassidy. What's Cassidy look like right now? Like happy?
Warmer than she has in a while.
Aw. Janice will take Cassidy's hand and pull her closer.
It's not bleeding quite as much as it usually does.
Oh, let's just wrap one of her arms around Cassidy and just hug.
And Cassidy will hug her back.
You know, Cassidy, I mentioned before, but if you do decide you want to keep going after this is over, it's always possible we could find you a body.
hi.
If you don't want that, I'm not pushing it on you, but it's not an impossibility, you know?
Hi, Stretch.
I'm thinking about it.
Of course. I will support you no matter what you choose, Cassidy. And she'll peck Cassidy on the cheek. Is this okay?
She smooches Janice on the forehead.
Oh, Janice blushes.
While that is going on, I'm going to tip our dear friend Azurite the typical
Yeah.
100.
Same.
Fuck.
Just gonna offer a smile.
Professional language. Thank you very much for this generous expenditure.
Thank you for the performance.
Thank you for the lessons.
Thank you for Cassidy's lessons.
Lucrative day.
Yeah, Gora will also tip, but he just tips the 50 he's been doing.
Yeah, she'll still take it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say no to mine.
I mean, that's still a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, this is an investment. If they betray us, they'll feel bad.
Yeah. Oh god, Cassidy, I
Don't worry.
need to stand up.
Or just stab me in the back and say,
Okay.
Cassidy on one side, Chitters on the other, helping Janice stand.
It's like the Muppet fight from Undertale, where if you buy everything from the bakery, you can just bypass it.
What was the name of this? Scarlet Ann, right?
Scarlet.
Scarlet. Obsidian was the mime.
Obsidian is the mime. And their names all mean their colors.
Yeah. That leaves just the boss.
Well, did my ladies leave you satisfied?
There.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I am, in addition to being the, how did you phrase it, young lady? The
Ringleader?
ringleader. Oh, wait. Shit. I am, in addition to being the ringleader of this, humble fair, the resident beast tamer. So if you will follow me into this tent.
You know, I realize you're putting on a performance just like everyone else, but your natural accent's quite lovely.
Oh, you really think so?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just go forward at that then. All right, come on into a tent. We got a whole bunch of, well, you know, actually it's all illusions. We got critters in here for you, though. And as she goes in, she starts snapping her fingers in time, and illusory fireballs light the interior of the tent. There's lots of stands for people to sit. She's like, yeah, you can sit anywhere. You can come right to the ringside if you want. You know, you're the only customers of the day, so you get to have the special VIP treatment. All right, let's see. First thing, you got a Katoba pass outside, right? So that's probably not gonna wow you too much. So I guess we'll just go with the big guns first. Show me a dragon. And she flattens out her hands, and immediately illusory smoke conjures up into this very large, great red dragon. And Obsidian makes the creature perform all these feats. And now, Laika, you're a self-professed monster hunter of sorts, correct?
Yeah. One could. Yes.
You have probably seen dragons in the field. If you actually have, if you've studied this, you probably have with a mentor, like, observed dragons. And illusions of dragons often fail when people sort of the hexapodal anatomy of a greater drake with the two wings and the four limbs requires some very specific muscles that other animals do not have, and a lot of people fuck up in that. In fact, it's just any dragon with wings, people tend to fuck up how the wings work because they make them work more like, you know, arms. When they're not structured like arms, they have their own unique bone structure and muscle structure. Dragon wings do. This is the most accurate recreation of a dragon you have ever seen. Like, it looks real. The way it moves, like, this is exactly how the real creature moves. The serpentine grace as it flies, the lizard-like movements of its legs that are nonetheless very fast. The way its head snaps and curls like a viper ready to strike. Now, the thing about dragons are smart, but dragons also do respect you if you show them respect in turn. And she begins showing various gestures and expressions to communicate with the dragon in dragon body language. We can't make dragon sounds, and not all dragons can make human sounds, but that's fine. We can still communicate in ways that we can both understand and appreciate. And if you do that right, she gives a bow, and the dragon in turn lowers itself and cranes its neck down in a sort of bow of its own. The respect is mutual. And this is where you find out what Azurite teaches. Azurite teaches how to pacify animals. If they are of animal intelligence or higher, any non-human creature that cannot speak human language, you gain a +5 bonus to pacify it, to make it realize that you mean no harm and that it should not harm you.
I would like to take this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stepping into the ring or whoever it is for taking lessons, he's looking at the incredibly realistic illusion. He's not ever seen a live dragon himself, but he kind of gets the impression he was watching Laika's face for judgment. He trusts the Monster Hunters. He was probably asking a few times actually. He's like, so how's this hold up to the real thing? Automatically assuming you as the Monster Hunter have seen a dragon.
Like it has.
Excellent. So with that impression that this is a very realistic dragon, he's just very much in awe, even if it is just an illusion. You know, I've always thought them to be such incredible creatures.
They really are.
I suppose this will be like it will also take part because this is actually relevant to her skill set.
Yeah, come on up. We can do it together. Plus, I mean, it's going to be helpful when we actually talk to that dragon later.
Or
So-
any other dragons we come across?
That's actually a good question.
And-
Miss Scarlet?
Yes.
Do you know what Mediterranean dragons look like?
Oh, well, of course, Mediterra has quite a few dragons, as all of Midgaheim does. There are... let's see. The vast majority of well, okay, that's overstating things. The majority of Mediterra's dragon fauna is, of course, worms. That's W-Y-R-M, not W-O-R-M. The legless variety, lindorms, are also fairly common. We do not actually have a lot of greater drakes, although, of course, the great dragons, like the great red, the great black, the great silver, etc., are common throughout all of Midgaheim. They've just proven to be a very adaptable animal. But generally we tend to have more of the serpentine. Oh, and amphipters. We also have a good number of amphipters because the gods like them for the chariots or whatever. Or witches do. Isn't it Medea de Carpi? Hey, Bianca, it's Medea de Carpi who had the amphipter chariot, right? Yeah! Yeah, it was Medea de Carpi. Yeah, so, you know...
that, right?
Yeah, you would know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah, so you know the amphipters, the dragons with the snake-like bodies and only wings and no legs. We got a good number of those. Generally, though, it's serpents and it's the serpentine dragons without the legs or just the two front legs. I don't think we got a lot of tassel worms. They're more of a Germanorian thing.
Thank you. See,
Yeah.
oh, we probably shouldn't tell her the full thing, but we've been meaning to find a dragon, not for bad reasons, of course. We don't know what it really looks like.
I mean, I don't really judge. What reason are you finding a dragon for? Trying to take its gold?
A friend of the dragon wants us to locate them. They've gotten lost.
Oh shit! So you got like a Ballad of the Black Knight situation?
Sort of. I mean, we heard
Oh.
Ballad of the Iron Fangs outside.
Okay, actually, you probably don't actually know the original version of the ballad. Nobody knows the fucking original version of the ballad. God, I'm so fucking old. Yeah, so you're trying to help a dragon find its parents or whatever or something?
A mutual friend of the dragon.
I mean, they kind of might.
Oh, so this might be more of a dragon and a songbird situation? You got like a witch who's got like a thing?
More like the former buddies.
Okay. Alright. Well, I'm sure there's a ballad for that too. Okay, well that sounds good luck with that. This should be helpful. I don't just teach dragons too. You want other beasts? Let's see, you want to see a calf and egg?
Sure. I don't know what that is, but I'd like to see it.
Oh, you don't know what a calf and egg is? Well, you might know it better as a lion, and she, like a huge arcane lion appears out of the illusions, or a tiger, or a panther. And she's technically we call a calf and egg panther a pod. But anyway, of course, we got our armored lions here in Mediterra, and you see one lion with like these huge like pangolin or armadillo style scuts.
Oh,
Ooh.
I have a myrmidon here.
You got a soldier, the descendant of Achilles.
No,
Mimeclian, that's the one.
Crepion.
Oh, Myrmecali. Oh,
This is Chitters.
yeah. Oh my gosh, look at that little guy. Wow, that is the healthiest one of those I ever did see.
We helped them and their siblings. They were not well.
Oh, that's so sweet. And she scratches the little Myrmecalian, and it enjoys it quite a bit. Oh, what a sweet little guy.
He's they the gender. They've stuck with me since.
Oh, that's just adorable. That's just adorable. Yeah, you want to see some chimeras? And she dismisses the cat and eggs. And she begins generating various chimeras. Of course, Griffin's most popular because it's, relatively easy for people. Like, not the easiest chimera to make, but, it's like an intermediate challenge. And it's got a good bang for your buck. Of course, okay, this was gonna be tricky, alright? Okay, and you see this massive chimera, illusory, fills up the tent with giant serpents for legs, and huge draconic wings that sort of stretch to cover the entire ceiling. A scaly humanoid body, a huge head with blazing eyes, and a mane of hair composed entirely of writhing serpents. There is what an echidna looks like. I have seen one, yes I have, and that is the real deal. Of course, I don't know if it's the original echidna, but it is an echidna. And let me tell you, they are very sweet in person, provided you haven't killed their children.
Didn't Bianca mention something about that? Echidnas and typhons?
Yeah, the original echidna and typhon were created by the gods themselves. Specifically, I believe it was the goddess Gaia, who was looking to teach her kids a lesson about something or other. And they were made, and they are two of the most complicated chimeras. The original echidna and typhon were, in fact, chimera factories, because when those two coupled, they could make any combination of animals into a monster that you could imagine. Which is how many of the other classic chimera formulas came to be, including the original chimera, and all that. Subsequent attempts to make an echidna or a typhon have gone very poorly, according to most of what I've read about monsters. The original echidna and typhon did manage to reproduce others of their kind, called the Dracontes, which are less perfect imitations of the original. And if you believe what you read, apparently Hercules himself had sex with one. It's true. She was like, I'm going to destroy this village unless you fuck me, Hercules, because I want some babies. And Hercules was like, this is like the 5th time this has happened. Look it up.
Wait, so how intelligent are echidnas and typhons?
Oh, as intelligent as you or I. Isn't that right? I'm an illusion. I say what you tell me to say. That's right.
Of course, clowns would have their illusions backshots them.
Yeah. Who's getting close? Oh.
Alright, that thing's fucking huge, and she disappears the illusion and makes more monsters.
That are a more reasonable size?
Yeah. And, like, different types. There's like basilisks and cockatrices and just all sorts of different varieties. A real menagerie.
Oh, yeah.
You know, some carnivals, they have actual live animals, and that always struck me as needlessly cruel and also very inefficient to run.
What's the scariest thing you can make?
Scariest? Kid. Alright, okay, so there's one time I saw this one lady. I was working for her. She wanted me and the girls to help her find some jewels. It's a long story. It happened in Anglo-Saxon. You don't need to worry about it. But at the very end, she's got like 5 of these jewels she wants, and she needs 7. But she's like, fuck it, I'll just go with 5. And she gets like this horny motherfucker to make her 2 extra jewels to sort of fill it out. And she thinks it's gonna work out alright. And the thing about magic spells, a magic spell requires something. You want to do it right. You know, you want to get the actual ingredients, because magic spells, they do not accept substitutes. Alright? So let me see if I can generate this. She was a fucking nightmare to work with. So she makes this lovely spell. She starts trying to take over the kingdom with this little crown she's made. And she puts the crown on, right? She's like, okay, I'm gonna be the queen now. And let's just say it starts to change real bad. And you see this grotesque monstrosity emerge. This noble woman's body bends and twists and explodes with new muscle mass and giant mouths growing out of her shoulders. Yeah, that's not even the worst of it, though. Okay, so she keeps going and getting more desperate, and these goody two-shoes are fighting her, right? And so eventually the whole thing crashes on her and she just goes completely feral. The monstrosity twists and bends down, and the cape becomes wings, and the head becomes like a sort of horrified, calloused dog skull with 5 eyes. That whole situation was pretty fucked up. Yeah. So that's one of my former bosses. Thank you for allowing me to roast her a little bit. May she rot in hell.
So, TT.
Yeah.
Given that Gore's kind of from that area, has he heard about this story?
Yeah, you're hearing this, and when it's about a mad lady trying to take over as queen of Angelsex. This is a story from the age of fairy tales, and it's how the Lionheart family ascended to the throne of Angelsex. Like a lot of stuff from the age of fairy tales, it's so long ago, and it predates the invention of the magic printing press, so you can't verify a lot of the information. A lot of it is myth and folklore, but yeah, there were 7 years where the crown of Angelsex was broken because of a civil war, essentially, and an attempted coup that killed the king. And towards the end of that 7-year period of absolute devastation, as the lack of a king caused so the thing about crowns in Midgaheim is that they are an actual magical, device that is used to tie a single human being to the land magically, so that the land hinges on that person's moral and physical well-being. Like, if a king is a good person in good health, the land is literally good and in good health. If the king gets sick or becomes a bastard, the land starts to turn sour and disasters and misfortune begin to pile up.
Sounds like a bad idea.
It's a double-edged sword. Like, it's an idea that has a huge drawback, but also huge pluses. If you make sure that there's a good king on the throne, you can make years, even decades, without famines, without huge storms, with significantly less wild monsters running amok in civilized areas. It's basically taking the Fisher King effect that arcane creatures like dragons have on the environment, where the environment begins to subconsciously, mutate to their subconscious desires. Areas where a dragon lives will have tougher than usual plants and wily animals that are, more likely to resist being hunted by humans because they're there for the dragon. And so on with all other arcane beasts. They have this natural effect on the environments they inhabit. The Fisher King effect is making so that a human has that effect on their territory as determined by their crown and scepter. So if you kill a king, the Fisher King effect no longer is tied to anything, and things go out of control, and basically all the bad luck you've prevented begins to pile up. It's like a dam that you've suddenly broken.
Rebound.
Yeah. So it was bad for Angelsex, but supposedly, a couple of famous heroes like Jack Giant Slayer and Sir George Garston I, the greatest dragon slayer of all time, teamed up, overthrew the lady who was trying to steal the crown, forged a new crown in some versions of the tale, perhaps with help of Vormodon the Dread. And in one obscure version, with the help of Bleak Annis, a very terrifying witch of Bretance, and they've crafted a new crown and restored order to things, and it was all right. Yeah, and that's how Jack Giant Slayer and his wife Leonie became John Lionheart, the first of the Lionheart family, which continues to be one of the noble houses of Anglesax.
Gotcha.
So, if killing a good king results in the land being pure, would killing a corrupt king do the opposite?
To an extent, yes. If there's like a corrupt, awful king on the throne and shit have gotten real bad, if you kill him, the negative energy he imparted will start to lessen. But the crown and the scepter not being on anyone's head will still have repercussions. You would have to destroy them in an arcane way to break the hold of it, and then things would restore to the relative natural order. Most kingdoms are against that because humans like having a way to equal or invert the balance of power between them and the natural world. And a crown and a scepter is a way for human civilization to really try and own things when nature tries to take it back.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she was a huge bitch. That's the main point of my story, says Scarlet. Did not like working for her.
I gotta say, Gore hearing this is like, his eyes do widen at certain parts, but he keeps this mostly to himself.
Yeah, the other key thing you would know, Gore, is that if she is talking about that specific time, she would be at least 1,300 years old.
And he's definitely not gonna say that.
Wow, you look good for your age.
You just look at the smoldering hole in the ground.
Gambion's age slowly, apparently.
Cambions do not have a sell-by date. They do not have a time limit built into them like other species do. So long as there are no unnatural causes, Cambions just don't die.
Looks like a paternity.
Yeah, little
seems like
do you guys know, like is actually 60.
Oh God, is that you get that real shit?
No.
No, thank you.
God, I'm like, I don't know what my age is now.
You should be more concerned about it's like, which birthday do you celebrate? Both is good. 2 birthdays, twice as much cake.
Also, Christmas means you get 2 sets of presents. I want to imagine that conversation happened in character. D&D between Alex and Leica. It's like, oh yeah, I'm actually 60. Oh
yeah, he's just. Should I call you ma'am?
I'm fucking with you.
Oh.
I'm imagining when he said that, Leica cringed so hard she turned into a black hole.
Scarlet puts a hand on Alex's shoulder and says, "You should call all ladies ma'am. They're gonna like it a lot coming from you."
Yeah, that is true. It's respectful.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Leica gives her a glance. Is like, he won't get it.
She gives you a glance. It's like, I know.
Then Leica nods back at her.
His ass do not get it.
All right. So, does anyone spend time learning the animal taming?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
That would come in handy for literally.
Yeah. That'd come in handy if Chitter's got a little test.
As cats do.
Yes, they do. I'll let Chitters be used as, like, a volunteer, as long as it's nothing that would be dangerous for them.
Let me tell you, you all have been, it's about like roughly 3-4 in the afternoon by this point after all the stuff you've been doing. So I was like, let me tell you guys have been real good customers of the circus. Why don't we sit down for a bit? If you got the time.
Oh, since I did this for all your for your colleagues,
right.
here's a tip.
Tip time.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, I took you guys for adventurers, but I see that you're very profitable adventurers.
Well,
We had a recent windfall,
Yeah.
and your hospitality has been amazing.
It's actually been a nice distraction from what we're currently dealing with.
Yeah, we've been traveling on the road for a little bit, and there's been lots of drama, but this has been a nice reprieve from it.
And tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To go around these days. Drama and tragedy and all that, which is why it's good to have a little lightness.
Might I ask how long you've been together, your crew?
She looks at the other girls as they assess, and it's like, a long time.
Well, I'm not looking for actual years, but numbers. But I mean to say, it's you're so fortunate to, still be together after all this time.
Especially after the Red Death.
Yeah. It's been something.
I lost almost all my family in the Red Death.
Yeah. It's been rough for everyone.
And then myself.
Face scrunches up and frowns like, I've never been really good at this sort of thing, but sorry for your loss.
Thank you for your entertainment.
Yeah.
As a doctor during the plague,
Oh.
everybody's contributions are important.
Yeah.
Sometimes making somebody smile is more than even a good doctor can do.
What is that old saying? Sometimes laughter is the best medicine.
And they get that's a saying, but it's actually kind of true.
Oh yeah, because people need hope.
Bianca, Azurite, and Obsidian all look at each other when they look to Scarlet, and Azurite's like, boss, maybe we should, Giles?
Hmm?
We've made a nice windfall today. And I just gotta say, the pan and into the fire! Now you shall face a peril most dire. Before you stands a lovely quartet, and we four shall be your worst challenge yet. And
What?
the other three reluctantly strike a pose.
What?
Scarlet the Harlequin commands this merry band. Our every wicked deed follows my stern commands. Bianca
What?
the Perrault is cunning and quite wise. My spells can slaughter foes of every size.
What?
No one can hope to match a buffoon Azurite. Knights have trembled before her deadly slapstick might. And for our last, a mime who makes nary a peep, Obsidian will send you to eternal sleep. Run for your life and do not lose the race, for now you know well the peril you face. Cower and cry, for there is no escape. Face down the might of the great Justice Jape. Wait, wrong one?
There's
Roll
a beat.
initiative.
I called it!
I was gonna say there is a beat before Gore starts clapping.
Thank you, but we're about to kick your ass.
For what reason?
Well, it's very simple. We're looking for what's it called? A Philosopher's Stone. A Philosopher's Stone! And you five got one. Roll initiative.
It's quite effective, really, but alright.
Yeah, it's actually.
Doesn't matter. Big man's gonna pay big bucks for it either way.
Where's initiative again?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Here.
Stats.
Stats.
Alright,
Damn.
Line's
Wow.
got 17.
It was looking good for the Jester's Jape, but Leica beat him in the initiative order.
How did you possibly roll a 1?
I have a -2.
Like,
Oh. Oh, 10.
alright.
Alex has just the saddest expression. Once it dawns on him what's going on.
Bianca, Azurite, and Obsidian don't look super happy about it either. Scarlet, however, is putting on full game face.
Yeah, alright then.
Alright. Are you sure about this?
Yep.
Alex is just gonna reach out a hand for Janice. And it's like, well, if they're going to do what they're gonna do, we gotta do what we do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reposition you, Cassidy, just so you don't disappear into the tent.
You could be part of the show.
Alright.
I'm too bloated for this.
Is that why your initiative's low?
Yes.
Or it's just slow.
Who's going first?
Leica has an idea. Can Leica roll an animal handling check to whistle?
Oh no.
Oh no!
You can.
Oh no!
Well,
Yeah, I was kind of thinking we were gonna do subdual damage. I don't know if Ollie can really do
Yeah, I
that.
don't know if Ollie can subdue.
you can subdue them,
Huh?
just not, non-fatally.
Is this what you want? Corruption and power? Well, I won't stand for it. This is my hour.
Oh, Ryman.
Are you okay?
What?
Are
You gotta roll
rolling?
the check.
Oh, I'm still debating.
Oh,
Because Leica saw this coming, but also still.
it's like, oh god, do I really want to call him into here? And
Oh, wreck the nice tents.
Leica will not go first. She'll let someone else go first.
oh,
All right. I could probably. Oh wait, I did pick it up. Okay, I would like to go first then.
All right, Alex.
go for it.
I'm going to use my action and spend 5 mind points to condemn.
Okay, which clown are you accusing?
Scarlet.
Okay, insight, willpower.
And that'd be a +1, I think. Wait.
Oh,
Okay, she got a 9. What'd you get?
Oh, like that. I was wondering where the input was.
hey, by one.
Describe the accusation. Well, having seen that the other 3 are pretty bum about it, but Scarlet at least has the game face, is going to direct it towards her. Well, what words to choose? I understand what you're doing, but sorry about this. I wish it hadn't come to this.
Making her feel real bad.
All right, and is she dazed or shaken?
Shit, I can't remember what the difference is between those.
They're different stats. They lowered the die.
Shaken.
Is that one that loses willpower?
I believe so. Fuck, where did I put it? Yeah. I thought I saved it somewhere in the documents, but...
It's definitely in the cheat sheet, which for some reason I don't have up, and now... Okay, there it is. Dazed or shaken, where are you? Status effects. So dazed decreases insight, shaken decreases willpower.
Shaken, then.
Okay. She's taken aback. And immediately that game face falters, and she gives a very genuine frown of, an apologetic frown, and she's like, I'm sorry, kid, you seem real nice, but it's you guys are the girls, and I gotta go with my goils. Speaking of ladies, remember, we're in this to win it. It's us against the world, and we gotta do whatever we can to survive. It's how we've made it this far, and how it's making it even farther. So go on, give them everything you got. And she uses her special power of direction to give her allies +5 to attack for the rest of the round.
Ooh.
You're next.
Hold on, I'm checking my spells. This might actually be a good time to...
I'm sure they all have special abilities of their own.
Yep.
Oh, Gore, are you able to do your mana eat thing if at full health or whatever?
I can do it anytime I want.
Okay, cool. That'll probably be useful.
I just prefer to start when I've already, burned some mana.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a defense below 12?
That I would.
Okay. Cassidy, what's your defense?
Yeah,
my defense is 8.
Whew.
Mine is 9.
Oh my god, okay, this is actually very useful. How many people can I hit with this?
Mine's a 7.
And each
Big.
card.
Meanwhile, Lyca's over here as the AC tank.
Why did I not write the cost? That was because one of my first spells. Ah, god! Let me go to the, Fabula Ultima doc. Sorry. I'm casting Barrier.
We have session time left.
Okay, where is the... Spiritus? There it is. Okay, Spiritus spells. Okay, up to 3 creatures, okay.
Shield me, please.
Skill level, okay, 5 times target. See the defense is being 12. Okay, so that's up to 3 people. What's my... No, I'm putting it to you guys. Yeah, I cast Barrier on Lyca. Not Lyca, Cassidy, Gore, Cassidy, Gore, and
Alex, please.
So, and with my new thing, it's -5 from the cost, so that's 10. You need to make chitters an icon.
Well, I technically have.
He hasn't taken part in combat yet, but
Okay.
he is here.
Also, a please would be nice.
What?
Okay. We've got a Mermecalian icon, so there you go.
Hey, chitters! My boy.
Here comes the boy.
Alright, that's turn.
Okay. Well, Bianca sighs, reluctantly evocates a pie into her hand, and throws it at Alex.
Oh no.
Okay.
Haha!
Okay, plus.
Oh fuck. 14. Damn it.
Okay, does 24 hit you, Alex?
What the fuck?
Yes, that would hit me.
The Jester's Jape are actually pretty competent. Okay. You take 16 dark damage and are enraged, which means your dex and insight dice both decrease by 1 dice size for 3 rounds.
Alright. TT?
That was a total of 16, you said?
Yes.
Since that was an even roll total,
Yeah, I guess
You
if
get
we
twen-
add the bonus, then yeah.
yeah, 24. So that
Yeah.
would take
Yeah, okay.
like it gets to use counterattack.
Alright. That hits. And you slash that sweet clown with your poison blade, and she staggers back.
Also, Leica would be using like the hilt of it too, instead of like the actual blade itself.
Yeah.
For subdue.
17 damage. Pretty nice. Okay. Well, that doesn't count as one of your guys' moves, so one of you gets to go.
Yep. Well, anytime an opponent rolls gets an even number, like and can counterattack. Gore, Cassidy.
Yeah. Thinking.
How about you, Cassidy? What are you thinking?
Cassidy looks up reluctantly at Azurite. The last 3 people I used this on disappeared, but I'm 99% certain you can take it.
Yeah, I probably can. Okay, what is their magic defense? That actually does not pass their magic defense.
You could always spend a Fabula point to,
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, roll that d10 again. You're supposed to only roll the d10, not both rolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Players
Just roll a
versus
d10 in
single.
chat. Just use the dice roller.
Woo!
Yeah,
That hits. That hits.
that's also a max roll for her.
So that would be 25 damage.
Oh my god.
25 dark.
Yeah. That hits Azrael. Oh, ugh. This is why I don't like fighting spirits. All right, you hit me good. I'll give you that. And then she charges at you and evocates a huge fucking clown hammer into her hands, like huge. Like the hammer part is the size of a barrel. And 7 plus 10 plus 5 because of direction. So that's 22. Does 22 hit your defense?
Yeah.
Cassidy? Okay.
Yeah.
So you take 21. Oh, sorry. I apologize for this. You take 36 physical damage.
Fuck!
Okay.
Oh my god!
That knocks me down to 9.
So you're in critical.
Yeah, you're in crisis.
Crisis. Oh my god.
Oh. DT, second verse, same as the first.
Alright.
Oh, like a low roll for like a Jesus.
Yeah, let's see if that hits.
If not, I'll roll Fabula.
That does not hit, so you're gonna have to re-roll that 1 or that 2.
Let's see.
Honestly, you might as well re-roll both of them. That was pretty bad roll.
Yeah, I'll re-roll both. I'll just. Also, hey, we're gonna guarantee level up this session. Woo. All right, so hold on. There we. Much better, Leica.
Yes.
Hey, nice. That hits. And you do some pretty juicy poison damage.
So after she hits Cassidy, Leica just taps her on the shoulder and just boops her in the nose.
Hey, if you bumped me! Azurite, don't cheer on the marks. I'm sorry, I just enjoy it. They get the spirit of it. One of you gets to go, I believe.
I believe that Gore is the only one who hasn't gone now.
So, if I start throwing spells, can I stipulate I don't want to kill them with my spells? Or is that a... You roll the dice, you get whatever prize you get?
You can stipulate that you're trying to be non-lethal.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Gore's gonna... Seeing how hard they fucking hit, he's actually, for just a fraction of a moment, his smile falters, and it returns. He does a big, over-exaggerated bow, and then just the fabric of reality begins to warp. They're going to eat 30 damage each. He's not trying to kill them, but he is making a point.
Damn.
That's gonna eat a ton of magic.
Alright. 30 damage each?
Yep. Whoever I see, I designate. It's and it's a guaranteed hit. It just eats half my MP bar, or over half actually.
Scarlet looks a little bit scared. Bianca and Azurite not only look scared, but also really beat up. Obsidian takes damage, but her smile grows and her body perks up. Like she's like, "Oh, things are getting fucked up." Yes.
Fuck.
She first gives you a thumbs up, Gore, then points at Leica and mimes like holding a cube in her hand, and Leica, well, let's see if this works. Does 27 hit you, Leica?
Jesus!
Yeah.
Okay. You suddenly feel like you are in a very tight box. Like a big cube. You're like forced to scrunch up on the floor.
Oh.
You have to make a might check equal to or greater than the attack roll to break out.
So I have to make a might check equal to 22?
Yes.
Alright. However... So, TT.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me really read what.
Until you break out of the box, you can't do shit.
TT,
Yeah?
can I double, try to be sneaky with it, like pantomiming sneaking, while also pratfalling at the same time to use their tricks against them.
I would say the sneaking thing, no, because there's nothing about being quiet that would help in this situation. But the pratfall, I'll allow you to justify.
All right.
I'll allow you to
Slip on an invisible banana. Avoid the
but
box.
you can only do this on a turn. You have to do it on a turn. You can't just do it.
Which is my
whenever.
turn.
Yep.
I'd like to go, if that's all right.
Hole hasn't. Oh, Janice hasn't gone yet. All right, go, Janice.
No. We're in the second initiative round.
Oh.
No, I thought we're at the first. Because there's 5 of you, and 4 of them, and 1 of you went first. All 4 of them have gone, so there should be a 5th one of you who has to go.
Which is like it. She has not gone yet.
Stab somebody.
She did counterattacks, which don't count for turns.
Oh, counterattacks. Okay.
Yeah.
That is. Sorry, my bad.
That's a class ability of Lycos.
Your weapon, yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm the one who got mixed that up.
Yeah. So until Lyca takes her turn, we're still in the first round.
Yeah. Hold on. Might is Lyca's worst stat since she's an acrobatic character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this hurts bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get you out somehow.
Alright, so double might. Hold on. And I get a +5 modifier. Anything else, or just that?
It's your flat might roll unless you can justify something in your class. Like, I don't think you can justify having a history of fighting invisible boxes. I'll allow you to use your buffoonery to try and pantomime doing this, try to do this in a funny way.
Even if I rolled double 6s, there was no way I can beat that check.
Yeah, you might be stuck for a bit. Don't worry, it's only 5 rounds.
What? I've already felt bad about not doing. Nah, continue.
Well, maybe if we focus on Obsidian,
or until Obsidian decides someone else needs to be boxed. She can only do 1 per person.
maybe if we knock her unconscious, the box will drop.
It will.
That's my plan.
Focus fire Obsidian.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what I'd like to do. If you guys don't mind.
Yep.
Nuka Rico.
Targeting Obsidian. I'm using... What?
Nuka Rico.
I'm targeting Obsidian. I'm using Cataclysm to make my spell stronger. Alright. No. Magic check. Whoa, holy shit.
You are gonna want to invoke something.
Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna.
You want to reroll or invoke?
With Lyca, I guess.
Oh, so your mutual distrust?
Oh god, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, that's right.
Alternatively, you could invoke a trait to reroll things. It might be better because both of those die are shit.
Yeah. With trait as in like
a personality trait, like some part of your character backstory that would give you a reason to reroll this if you spend a Fabula point.
Okay. Well, the wizard half of her was a battle sorcerer.
Mm-hmm.
So she has flubbed many a combat spell and had to come back around from it. So she's had to work around, an initial mistake with the spell. She's had to work around
and weaponize it. All right. So invoke that to reroll your dice.
All right.
You spend a Fabula point, and you're gonna reroll those fuckers.
Let's try again. 13.
Do you want to invoke a bond?
Oh my god! What?
Do you want to invoke a bond?
Yes?
How strong's your bond of Lyca?
Not very!
Only 1 point?
Only 1 point is mutual distrust.
I have two, but they're both negative.
That doesn't matter. If they exist, they're there.
2. Inferiority and mistrust.
Yeah.
Would that turn into a hit?
I'm gonna invoke
that will make it a hit. That will make it a hit. Okay, and so and what were you doing earlier to make this better?
Cataclysm. I'm expending 10 more SP to do 5 more damage on the spell, so it'll do 30 damage.
Plus 8?
Plus 8?
From the high roll?
Yeah.
So 38 damage. Okay. Obsidian looks really rough. 3 of the clowns are in crisis now.
Back up the turn order. Unless Chitters gets to go.
Hopefully, lock her out. Hopefully, then you can be free. Oh God.
New turn. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
it is
actually-
new turn order. So.
It's actually their turn.
Yeah.
Scarlet sees that. It's like, you don't hurt my girls! And she takes off her scarf and whips you whole with it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Yes.
Does-
No. You
Does
don't need
21
to.
hit?
She
Does
hits.
21 hit? 21 hits? Okay. The scarf grabs your foot and flips you upside down. You are now rendered fucking prone. A special TT custom status condition. While fucking prone, you cannot move or react until the next round and your next turn in that round, in which case you take that turn to stand up.
Cool. Oh, I should also note my geyser ignores resistances, if that mattered.
Does not matter. You
Okay.
are fucking prone. You are on the ground,
God.
sprawling, vulnerable.
Ha! Fuck.
Alright, it's one of your turns.
Did she not damage me?
No, that's all it does.
It's a pure
Oh.
trip.
I wouldn't mind going because they were pretty straightforward. That's alright.
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
God, I had to burn 2 Fabula points for that. Jesus.
let's see here. I kind of want to go after the mage, but spreading damage is. You said the
If
three.
you get the mime out of here, Leica's back in the game.
Yeah, there's that. So Gore, for a moment, narrows his eyes at the mage, like sighting in a fly to his froggy face. But instead, turns his head to the mime and says, "A thief in the night loses to a thief with a bite." And 10's probably not enough.
Might want to reroll that d6.
Fortunately, it's not enough.
Yeah.
No.
How much of it is it not enough?
It's not enough by 5.
Christ.
So that,
Suppose you
they're-
could re-roll
It's
d6
tough
and
girls, the
invoke
Jester's
bonds.
Shape.
I'd have to
You
get
guys
a
really haven't had a challenge yet.
No.
I'd have to roll max on the 6 to get anything worthwhile.
Yeah, and also invoking a bond.
I mean, I got points I'm not fucking using. Why not?
I mean, yeah, that was the time.
Yeah.
Because they want to take the rock!
What's the worst thing? We level up quicker?
I got a single extra point.
So that's 11.
That's sad.
Yeah, there's no bonds of 4. So, yeah,
I don't imagine you could invoke, like, multiple bonds with multiple people.
probably not. That'd be bullshit because you just keep stacking it until you win. Well, at least I burned my points, which I've been hoarding for ages. Actually, technically, we got one this. Okay. Alright, it's my turn.
I guess
Look
Cassidy
at-
will go next.
Well, no,
Tom
it's
first.
Bianca's turn.
Oh.
She
Then
got
yeah.
attacked. Bianca is really ravaged, and even though the spell whipped, you saw when the spell was being cast, and she's like, even like with most of her face hidden by her high collar, you can see she looks a little bit distraught by this whole thing, and she raises her staff, and something strange happens. Cover 50 HP.
Who?
You.
Okay.
You all recover 50 HP. 5-0.
Betrayal.
Whoa.
Oh no, something went wrong!
That's back up to full then. Alex is gonna share a knowing look with Bianca and give a sad smile.
Bianca, what the fuck? Something went wrong! They leached my healing magic somehow! They've got a really good mage! Ah, shit.
Gore, thank you.
He just kind of looks down like, fuck, I missed.
Now you can go, Cassidy. Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can go.
Okay.
Eat the mime.
Get the mime!
She turns to Scarlett. We don't want to hurt your girls. We like them a lot. You're literally the only one driving the conflict right.
Appreciate that, but we still need your rock!
You're
She
only
is-
gonna... Go ahead, Lydia.
She is going to cast Drain Vigor on the mime.
You
Well,
might
attempt
wanna
to.
roll both. Jesus.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you guys are rolling like shit!
Okay, how many Fabula points do we have left right now?
Uh,
Well,
everyone's
I
their
had,
own.
starting this session, I had 8.
Yeah, I hadn't used any and I had
you
8.
should have like 8, Lydia.
that's for you to
Oh.
keep track of.
Yeah.
Okay, I've
One
spent one.
earlier.
I've spent. Okay, that's 2 now.
Yeah. TT. 13 hit?
No.
Yeah, you
You
can
could-
invoke a bond!
You could invoke a bond. You have a +3 bond right there.
Yeah, yeah. You have my bond right here, Lydia.
I'm invoking that bond.
It's another one.
Okay,
God.
now. So you did, okay. It's 23 damage. How's she looking?
Don't disappear.
Do
Don't
not
disappear.
have obsidian.
Okay, don't disappear.
She falls to the ground, bruised, at least on the pale white parts of her that you can see, and bleeding from the mouth, twitching a bit on the ground as her limbs go completely limp. Laika, you're free!
Uh-oh.
But doesn't disappear.
Yeah.
Azurite looks at Obsidian, she's like, boss? It's alright, we got this, come on, come in clutch!
Laika's going to...
Well, it's their turn.
Oh.
Because Cassie just did a thing. The big blue clown puts 2 fingers to her lips, and a strange prismatic orb, like a bright red orb, appears, and she does this like 15 more times to make like a whole collection of them, and begins pelting Cassidy specifically with them.
Ah!
Okay. Does 16 hit you, Cassidy?
Is that magic or physical?
It is physical.
Yes, it hits.
No!
Okay. You take 16 ice damage and are vulnerable to bolt for 3 rounds.
My
As you are
barrier
hit with water balloons.
My barrier spell is pointless.
I didn't know I could get wet.
I mean,
Now you do.
oh no, don't do it, Nora.
You can when it's funny.
Okay.
You can when your girlfriend's here.
I didn't even know I could get wet. I'm non-op.
Anyways.
I mean, you're a ghost. You
Now
match
you
your
can go,
soul.
Leica.
Leica's gonna burn multi-attack and hit both Bianca and if she hit. She's gonna hit Bianca and then Azudite, both if she hits. 2 hits. Does a 19 and 17 hit respectively?
They do.
Whew.
Okay. So what Leica's gonna do is she's gonna grab one of their heads, both their heads, and just 3 stooges both their heads together.
With a knife?
I'm just
Flavor.
flavor.
Okay. Alright. So, okay, so it's 15 and 14. Bianca is out.
Bonk.
And Azurite is not looking great.
Who's left? Alex. Alex is left.
And it's all of you guys because the 3 clowns who had actions went and Obsidian got knocked out before she could do hers. Boss, this is not looking good for us.
So, Alex,
Yes.
it's you.
Yes. Once again, I am going to cast Condemn.
Which one are you condemning?
Scarlet once again.
Alright. Okay.
I will make that roll.
You gotta beat a 5. Alright.
This time he is going to say, what's it? I don't think he overheard the, like, he doesn't have the same background knowledge that Gore has, the 1300 years bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he did hear the whole story about how we used to work for a terrible boss. It's like, you sound like centuries old and you're still repeating the same mistakes? Working for people who don't care about you?
Okay, well, she takes the dice damage, and she looks and sees, you know, Bianca and Obsidian are knocked out, and Azurite is really shaky and struggling to keep her footing. And she's like, Azurite, I don't think we got this. It's okay, boss. Well, Scarlet snaps her fingers.
Oh, damn it.
As a victory jingle echoes throughout the carnival.
Ow! Well, actually, I took no damage, but I got.
I never got healed the full by
Yeah.
Bianca.
I was never touched, so I'm fine.
That was Leica.
Yeah.
All Leica got was boxed.
Yeah, as soon as you got out of the box, okay, I'm done playing around.
Pull in.
Bonk.
We didn't want to fight to begin with.
Well, you know. Listen, it's hard out here, and we thought it'd be easier taking it from you than raiding the vaults of Plutar. It doesn't matter. You can go.
Why do you need one?
Because the plagues ravaged everything, and there's very little business, and the big man said that if we could get him a Philosopher's Stone, he could set us up for life, which he's probably vastly underestimating how long that actually is, but, you know, they say he can work miracles.
Who
Is
put
it?
you up to it?
Miracles, huh?
Yeah, the big Ozzy guy.
We're working for him.
Boss.
Funny. We're delivering. He's who put us up to it too.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay, actually, it's kind of good that we lost this one because we accidentally knocked out some of his agents around him. That'd probably go very badly.
You could have talked.
Hey,
Instead of
quite a bit, I feel.
What?
We had quite a few discussions.
Yeah, and they were very nice discussions, but none of them were about the fact that you were going to kill us and take the stone.
Oh, well,
Or even that you needed one.
We were gonna physically assault you and take it off your unconscious bodies, and then leave you in Neptunia or something. Not in Minervans. I've heard that place is a fucking shithole right now.
Hey,
Alex is gonna keep place a kind of a grounding hand on Janice's shoulder. Easy.
No!
Well, even though you've been kicked out of Genitonia, I've heard apparently the roads there have a lot more business, even if you can't go to town itself.
Yeah, the carnival's not really what we're using to get by right now. It's more of a thing that we've just been using for this particular con, because a lot of people aren't willing to pay. We did make a very good haul off of these guys, though. I gotta say, you guys were very, very generous. It made us feel real bad about having to, take you down. I can't speak for all the girls.
Yeah.
No, I felt bad, boss. I felt real bad about this one. Yeah, we felt bad about this one. Does that help?
Alex is gonna go over. I do have a healing spell. I'm gonna try and get up the mime.
Can I help? Can I do something to help that flavor wise?
I don't have a spell, but I'm going to do something real funny, which is why it should work.
Oh.
Because I have Encourage, which allows during a conflict you may spend 5 points to choose a creature that can hear you. You can heal them. So he's just going to do the rule of funny, which is he mimes defibrillating her.
She mimes being electrocuted in a very funny way, and then springs back up, happy. And she looks at Scarlet first, and Scarlet gives a shrug, and the mime smiles at you, and she wraps you in a hug that feels like being embraced in the coils of a large constricting serpent.
Meanwhile, it's gonna pop use an inventory point to create a healing potion for Bianca.
And I'll just cast my healing spell that I have that I was ready to use before Bianca.
I mean,
Okay,
Leica has 8 inventory points. Whenever she's going to use it, ever.
And I have
That's fair.
6.
And Cassie wanted to help too.
Yeah,
I don't have. I guess I could spend an inventory point to make a potion, but I'm going to flavor this as Cassie just floating over to Azurite and saying, "Okay, I ate some of your essence. Let me see if I can just put it back now."
Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
It's very nice of you, Cassidy. And I just do the old-fashioned way, just heal everybody.
Yeah, Janice is like, I'm surrounded by freaks.
As you heal up the clowns that assaulted you, they all look very sheepish about this, and then Scarlet's like, okay, so listen, obviously, things were said and done, that probably shouldn't have been. You're working for the Big O, we're working for the Big O, you've got a Philosopher's Stone, we have to get one from the vaults of, the Corpse City, so I guess we'll go do that.
Would a larger tip help?
It's not really about the money, it's about...
Hey.
You're bound to him too by promise, aren't you?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's that, but more it's the fact that we're... I mean, she knows, maybe, unless that's like fairy bits. You know the Cambion lifestyle.
Like
Not wanted anywhere.
Well, look sheepishly.
We've been on the road for a while. a very long while, and this Oz fella said he'd set us up if we'd just, get him this Philosopher's Stone thing.
On that, because we were told to get the stone from a wizard that was relatively near the Corpse City. I'm pretty sure. Can you zoom out the map? Let me go find the map.
Wait a minute. Leica.
Uh-huh.
What are the chances of two Philosopher's Stones, imperfect as they are, being present in the same area? It might be just a coincidence, like they believe the stone they're after is ours, but we have to consider, what if there's two stones? And
It's 5.
5?
5?
Yeah.
Whoa, hold up. Whoa,
Wait.
alright, hold on.
Used to be 7.
What?
7?
Damn it.
How much do you
One is a
know?
lot. One
Wait a minute. The
Philosopher's Stone
Queen's
is a
crown.
lot.
The Queen's crown.
His eyes go wide. Does Ozymandias intend to make a crown of Philosopher's Stones?
No, he doesn't like. He's not aiming for that sort of thing. He has this whole thing about now I want to do something beyond the reign of kings. Yeah, he's a bit of a kook. No, there's 7 there were 7 Philosopher's Stone. 2 of the damn things broke. But there are 5 others in the area. It seems that when the plague started, a lot of wizards thought that this would be. Well, I mean, the Philosopher's Stone's sort of a panacea, isn't it? It's a thing that can sort of do anything magic-wise, and they thought it would be a way to remove the plague. There's at least one that was being made in Jupitamy.
Lovely.
There's Ranzagar was supposedly working on. That's that fucking incompetent schmuck, right? We worked for him a couple of times, right?
We killed
Yeah,
him with
he's-
the stone.
Hey!
It's what we call ours. Defective
real
as it
bad.
is.
Feel real bad about smacking you guys around because that guy was a piece of shit. Let's see. There's the vault of the fucking Pluto City. God, they've renamed it like 15 times. There's a couple of royals that are rumored to have them, so I guess technically, not royals, but the noble types. I guess technically we don't know for sure those exist, but they might.
Know the nobles by name?
Yeah. Let's see. Supposedly, Prince Prospero was working on one of these. Let's see. And then because he was constantly in keeping up with the Joneses, with the whatever the fuck who owns Castle Carcosa, this was possibly holding one of those. Let's see. Yeah, there's Plutones, the one in Otranto, the one in Caracosa, if they exist. Ranzagar. Where's number 5? Do you guys remember where number 5 is? They say that there might be one in the ruins of Helios. Yeah, there might be one in the ruins of Helios. And then, of course, there's the big thing Big Man's worried about, which is that the Mars Militia might be making one, too.
Oh. Lovely.
Or looking for one. They don't seem to have a lot of wizards in the Mars Militia. Probably not any capable of this, but they have Volcamp, which is a very powerful forge. And if there is one in Otranto or Caracosa, there's a very good chance that they might take it.
Oh, why they're after? Is that why they're going to Genitonia? I mean, Minervans? Blah.
No, I'm pretty sure they're going to Minervans because the fucking beef between Mars and Minerva.
Janice, think about it this way. Minerva has always stood against Mars.
Alex.
I know, it just...
Alex. I know that better than any of you.
I don't think your people would be working on a Philosopher's Stone, but...
Neither do I, but...
They are a...
Good thing. Maybe they do have one of Minervans. There are a lot of wizard types there, aren't there? Like the alchemists?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are a lot of alchemists and Minervans, and they they do the book learning types do tend to like to try to make one of those things, but like the same thing, Minerva's all about wisdom, and very few people have made a philosopher's stone and not been fucked over by it. Yeah, it's true. Was told those things are pretty tricky.
And yet, now I'm hearing that there's 5 of them lying around.
5 rumored philosopher's stones. For all we know, I mean, fucking Rancigar's gonna have a philosopher's stone, really? Wait, you said that was the one that you got from?
Yeah.
Yes,
You made sure that thing's not leaking or anything? I bet it's a piece of shit.
We know it's defective, but it's for the most part it's as close to the real deal as you could get it.
I guess another reason why I'm glad that we lost this one, because I don't want to bring him a 3rd defective fucking stone.
I mean, we tried to tell you.
Wait. You brought him 2?
Yeah.
One philosopher's stone could make you into a king.
We don't want that. We just want a place where no one kicks us out.
I might be able to assist you with that. It's a little far away, but I know a place that's plenty of Cambions live.
I'm sure distance is no bother for them, because they told us an Anglo-Sax tale.
Been all over, but I don't know. This job's been pretty fun, hasn't it, gang? Boss, we just got our ass beat by these people. Yeah, but I mean, other than that,
Lead up was nice.
I do kind of like the idea of raiding the Vault of Plutone.
He's gonna stare real hard, and it's like, tell me this straight. Are you bound by contract to him?
Yeah.
Then fulfill the bare minimum. That is our plan as well. Because you told us of a time a tyrant tried to take over their country with great magic stones. What do you think Ozymandias is going to be capable of with that many in his possession?
I don't know, probably some ridiculous shit. Have you seen his city?
No. That's where I'm going.
Okay, let me tell you, if you're like a magic type, it is a fucking treat.
Looks to Bianca like, is it?
Bianca nods like very enthusiastically, like, yeah.
I'm just... That illusion you summoned of that tyrant. If things go wrong, Ozymandias could make her look like a sheep.
Oof. Well, in that case, I guess we'll need another plucky band of heroes to go stand up and kick his ass.
You've
And then we
already...
can help at the last minute and not be killed for it. That is how it worked out last time, yes.
Last time?
Yeah, they said they worked for the tyrant.
Oh, right. Gotta find better employers.
I don't blame you. I don't hate you. Times have been tough. And as you said, it's hard to find a place for people like yourself. But still, I don't like how this is shaping up.
Yeah, we're real sorry about the fight and the trying to rob you thing, and old habits die hard. I understand if you take that personally, but hey, we're on the same side. We're both working for the same guy, so...
The same guy who we just agreed is probably a bad idea to work for?
I mean, a lot of wizards come around with a lot of new ideas. Yeah, sometimes Vormodon the Dread uproots a mountain and crushes, several thousand people to death with it, but they're, conquerors, so fuck them. And sometimes, he helps a young girl make friends with a dragon. Wizards are weird.
I'm a wizard.
Yeah, so
Alex is
you do
not
all
going
sorts of freak shit when you're a wizard. It's
Alex is not going to say anything. It's like, wizards are weird. I'm a wizard, says the Chimera.
No, you're right.
Well,
Well,
you said you turned your back before on a tyrant. You can do it again. And
oh yeah, absolutely. We're already down to backstab this motherfucker if he cheats us.
I don't put much trust in self-proclaimed saviors.
I was told never to trust a man who calls himself a king. Nonetheless, a king of kings.
Well, he hasn't technically called himself a king.
Not
Right?
yet.
We're giving him that.
No, because he wants to be greater than a king.
How?
I mean, I don't want to give you a false impression of the guy. He definitely struck me as kind of a pompous asshole, but I feel like he genuinely believes the shit he's selling.
Arguably, could be worse.
Well, you have
Both.
I mean, people like
Well-
us. Well, people like you and I know about anyone that the path to hell is paved with gold and good intentions.
As a matter of fact, we just helped a member of the
It was
Mars
paved with
militia.
incredible violence, but
Yeah.
Grandmama's kind of an eccentric character.
Back in Junatonia, we helped a member of the Mars militia who genuinely believed that they were doing good. You saw what they're capable of, though.
He genuinely. I mean, does he know what they do? I seen the towns they burned down. There's fucking babies everywhere. It's just terrible.
Yeah, and Alex is not laughing with her.
No.
I mean, she's not laughing in a "I find this funny" way, but
Yeah.
in a nervous, like, I've seen some shit. They believe
Yeah.
that there was one of them that believed they were the good guys.
Yeah. So I'm going to believe you in that Ozymandias believes he's going to do good. It's like I said. You think we'll meet again? Perhaps on better terms?
You know, personally, I would aim to make it better. I am genuinely sorry about how this shook out. I know it's very hard to make that sound genuine after impromptu assaulting you and saying a whole poem beforehand. It's just sort of a thing. But you know, we're all genuinely sorry, right, girls? And the others nod.
Hey,
I believe you.
I know you guys aren't super comfortable around Faye.
No, Bianca's got a whole thing about it. What happened to the guys? Turn his head to a fish. Yeah, turn his head into a fish.
Gore waves.
Bianca looks at Gord nervously and waves back.
But we've gotten the towns of God, who've all we linked together now? We've linked
Vestia,
Vestia,
Junatonia.
Unitonia all together in just a mutually beneficial protection pact, essentially.
Yeah, okay, but see, we can't go back to Junatonia. Mayor Jason,
He's
5
dead.
years ago, we accident. What?
He's
Yeah,
dead.
he's dead.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Wait, what happened with Mayor Jason? I want to hear that now.
Oh yeah, actually, I'm curious.
I mean, he's also he's also the same guy who kicked the what was the Grandma Cyclops' name again?
Falsatia.
Grammy Falsatia out of town.
Yeah, she's back.
We came to town, we started doing the circus act, and he told us to get out, and I may have thrown a pie at him. And then
Hey, I got
threatened us
pied
with
earlier.
death.
How tasty? Like, what does the pie taste like? A pie that deals dark damage.
It's whipped sugary cream.
It's just a cream pie.
The dark damage is the humiliation rather than the
Yes.
actual pie itself.
Yeah, I figured. It's like, well, speaking as someone who got pied in the face earlier, it did taste pretty good, so maybe he was just a little too up in his britches.
Yeah, he ordered us executed on sight if we came back to town.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now. And
New management.
Does he have a grave to piss on?
Probably.
You would have to ask.
Actually,
that or they probably left his body in left the body in one of the townhomes.
He can do it on his rotting face.
oh my god. Okay, all right. This has moved into a thing I'm slightly uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, not me. Not
We
me.
won't dwell on it.
That's in character. Look. The guy sounds like the guy wasn't great, but he is a victim of the plague, and I really don't feel great about pissing on a victim of the plague.
I'm a victim of the plague, and I'd piss on his face.
You're loud. You were a victim of the plague.
Statistically speaking, a good number of shitbags were killed by the plague.
Yes, that's true.
Although, Leica looks to Cassidy. Prospero, huh?
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
Muslims.
apparently
So
he's one of the ones who was building Philosopher's Stone.
Wait.
Yeah,
Isn't your boss? Was that your boss's name, Cassidy?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You said one person from Prince Prospero's court escaped. You think they escaped with the stone?
Oh my god.
That is a distinct possibility.
Maybe that's why you're still here. It's not merely a quest of vengeance. You have an obligation.
Erica? Cassidy?
Maybe that's what he
he's thinking.
meant by justice.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Huh. Wait, what
Well.
do you mean by justice?
He asked me if I wanted to help enact justice. Thought he meant revenge, but those words are often interchangeable, but well, let's not start assuming anything, but that's an interesting thought.
Well,
Janice
we
gets
have-
convicted.
if we don't have any other business here, I think we're going to take our leave. Thank you for your time.
That's fair. I mean, we feel real bad about it. Is there anything we can do? Like, you want some candy for the road? You want...
You did promise to feed Ali.
Yeah, we could do that. Boss, you know what we should do. But it's a lot. You know what we should do, boss. Do you want your money back?
No.
No.
Keep it.
Hey, score.
Look, we had several hours of fun, good company, and then 5 minutes. That's still mostly a good day.
I mean,
Yeah.
I had fun, says Azurite. You guys packed a wall up. That was a good fight.
So did you? That's probably... Look, I used to be a combat sorcerer. That is probably that was probably the most difficult fight I've ever been in.
Hey, we heard that. We impressed the sorcerer.
Yeah. I'm going to share a look with Lyko since we had that conversation earlier. Yeah, just because that happened doesn't erase the fact that we had a good time here. You have a good thing going.
Oh.
Pain does not cancel joy.
The carnival was nice, even if it turned out to be more of a carnival in the end.
I mean, all carnivals are cons to an extent. Well, maybe next time we meet, you feel less raw about this, and we can just be pals.
I'd like that, I think. Hey, Bianca.
Yeah.
Can I borrow you for a second?
Okay.
You're not. I just seek your greater knowledge of wizardry.
Yeah. Okay.
Be right back. Gonna take off to the side.
Yeah. Where do you want to go?
Just away where the others can't hear us.
Okay.
Okay. I have a. Cassidy knows what her unfinished business is. He's seeking it out to fulfill it. And I will support her in that, but... What if she decides she doesn't want to move on? Do you know how to bind a soul?
Bianca looks at you, she's like, making a soul stay when it doesn't want to.
No, I'm not going to force her to stay, but it's her choice. If she decides she doesn't want to go...
A ghost is a soul that has decided it doesn't want to go. And as long as she's got the willpower to stay, she can stay.
But if time goes too long, she'll degrade.
Yes. Well, that happens with most folk.
Okay, but she finds the man and kills him. Her business is done. That's when most ghosts would just return. Or, they'd move on.
I mean, yeah, it's the conventional wisdom, but I know of a couple of ghosts that technically finished the task that made them stay initially, and found that there were enough to keep them here. And if the desire is strong enough, as strong as it was in the first desire, then they maintain themselves for a time.
Her face looks a little scared.
But the fact is, eventually all of us gotta go. I mean, take it from someone who's lived, and Bianca stares into space for like a brief second, but a noticeable second. A while. Going in perpetuity isn't all it's cracked up to be. Sometimes it's nice knowing you have an end date. She looks like she was cut short young. So I think she's probably got the willpower to stay around for a very long time if she wants to. Generally, the more tragic the death is, the more powerful the ghost is.
She's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
She's able to touch things, interact with everything.
You probably got a good time with her yet. But when she feels she needs to pass on, you gotta let her pass on.
No, I'm not going to force her. It's the last thing I want to do. I'm just... If she wants a body to inhabit, she misses being able to experience things. She possessed me earlier, and I let her. And I will again, but it was painful.
Theoretically, a homunculus can be crafted without a spark of life that she could inhabit and become the spark. It's hard magic, and it borders on necromancy, true necromancy. And there's very few people you can trust who know that art. Is practicing true necromancy and getting good enough to be decent with it. You don't find a lot of volunteers to let you do your sloppy early years with that. So
I don't imagine.
it's going to be difficult. Not impossible. And Scarlet wasn't lying. I saw some things in that city of Emerald Towers that Ozymandias got that I have not seen before, and I've seen a lot. He's doing some things with magic I didn't know were possible, so
I think he could.
you might have what you need.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to sell you on the guy. I personally found him to be kind of a...
Pompous dick.
Well, all the academic wizards, no offense if that's you, they tend to be, a little snooty. At least the ones I've met. I'm sure some of them are nice.
There's nice, but there are nice academics. Just like there are nice scorpions. That got away from me.
That's an odd metaphor, but I'll take it.
I've told you what I am. I'm still coming to grips with all this. The most powerful witch possibly in the world told me that separating was probably not a good idea.
Probably? You don't know for sure. I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to arrange, but we're in a good country for it. The gods in Mediterra tend to be a lot more vocal than the gods in other countries. You might want to consider going to a temple of Minerva or a temple of Hecate if you can find one, and seeing if you can find an esteemed oracle to try and commune with them for you. Goddess of wisdom or goddess of witchcraft, they both could possibly give you some insight that is beyond the ken of us mortals.
Well, half of me is from Minerva, so
It's a good start.
thank you.
Yeah.
Bianca. No, that slips. She says Beatrice by mistake.
Oh, okay. I know it's redundant, and I feel bad that we even went that far, but I do apologize for the attempted robbery.
And I apologize for blasting your sister with a water geyser.
I mean, it was a fight, and to be quite frank, she probably enjoyed it in some level.
What?
We've gotten into a lot of scrums, and it's kind of fun, even when you're taking the lumps.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you. Please don't mention this to anybody. This is something that if she wants it, not forcing it on her.
No, I get you.
Strange. Neither of my component halves really got this close with much of anybody. And now here I am. I don't even know if they're real or not.
Well, the benefit of being kind of an oddity is that when you find other oddities, pretty easy to find a camaraderie. That almost rhymed, and that freaks me out.
You are a clown.
The boss is seeping into me.
Only after all this time together? 1,300 years of holding out against the rhymes?
Oh no, she's a wizard. She rhymes a lot, just normally, not in normal conversation.
Thank you, Bianca.
You're welcome. glad I could help after, the fight.
Yeah. I'd like to talk shop with you another time.
I'd like that too.
The others are probably wondering what we're doing. Let's go back.
Does anyone else have emotional
Mike is
conversations they want to have with the clown?
Mike is gonna ask Scarlet about we were you're well-traveled salts, and we were accosted by three demons cloaked like this, and Leica shows her the like a mock-up of the fucking three demons who attacked them for Alex.
Oh wow, those are some real shitty disguises they got going on.
Yeah, right?
Did they look like they were made out of smoke and ash?
Yeah. That's...
Okay. Well, I get what's going on there.
Some insight would be helpful, because...
Okay, so, demons, as you know, do not come from the mortal plane. They come from the undiscovered country, the great afterlife. Tartarus and etc. To manifest here, they either have to borrow a body or make one out of their spirit glue, or I guess spirit ash in this sense, because their spiritual component is not the same as ours. Manifesting it out of spiritual ash on its own takes a lot of effort and a lot of concentration, and so when a demon does that, they're sort of hampering themselves because they have to spend a great deal of their power just to manifest. If you got demons that are generating bodies of their own, either they're very high-level demons, like we're talking a prince of hell or a duke, or an archduke, the really highest echelon, or it's one of the lower aristocracy of demons, or even possibly an imp, that's decided they don't care about doing a very good job on this particular assignment, or that it's very easy and doesn't require any amount of their focus.
From what I gather, the demons involved apparently weren't putting any effort into this whatsoever.
Yeah. If a demon really wanted to do well, they'd possess a corpse. And that would be at the core of their being, and they just manifest around it. And if they wanted to really fuck things up bad, they'd possess a living person and slowly drain their essence until their body dies.
Is there any way to discern someone who is possessed like that?
Yeah. If the demon doesn't care about people knowing them, they're going to make it very obvious. They're going to spit black tar and nails. Speak in tongues their body didn't know, with voices their body can't generate, that sort of thing. If they're trying to hide, that's going to be significantly harder. A demon is a lot like a wizard, only she looks at Bianca and then whispers, "Bit better." So they're going to have a lot of ways to hide themselves, but demons are required to have a tell. It's part of their code of ethics, I guess, or honor. Demons feel like that if they're tricking mortals, they have to prove that they're fair, so they make sure that there's a tell. So if a mortal is competent enough and knows what to look for, they can see the tell. It'll generally be some sort of physical feature that isn't immediately noticeable, but catches your eye after a fashion. Like, they might cover their eyes, and if you catch a glimpse of what their eyes are, you'll see that they're actually, like, jet black with, like, a fiery iris. Or they might have their cloven hooves or their bird feet showing in an otherwise human body. Or they might not cast a shadow, or some other strange things like that. They might not appear in a mirror. And then, when they're possessing a corpse, the fact of the matter is, corpses rot. So the longer they're in the same corpse, the more that corpse is going to look not so fresh.
So from what you can gather, these three individuals, either lesser demons or ones who simply don't give a shit.
That seems like the sum of it. But thank you for the information, because if these demons or other demons are sent, then we should know what to look for.
She looks at her femmes like, these demons, they have any distinguishing, like, characteristics in how they acted?
Leica will go over because you probably have memorized that shit.
Yeah, there's one big thing that you can tell about those demons that you haven't.
Oh?
What language did they speak?
Ruslovakian. They spoke Ruslovakian.
Okay. That's useful. Tell you what, if we see any of these shadowy figures speaking Ruslovakian, we'll try to pimp them for some information for you.
It would be appreciated. Consider it a favor of sorts for the tussle.
It's basically what I was going to say. You know, the professional courtesy from peers in the same industry.
Thank you.
Did we miss anything?
Nothing much. We'll tell you on the way. Alex is going to offer a handshake to Scarlet.
And Scarlet will take it and shake it very, very vigorously and with a very genuine and apologetic smile.
May we meet again on better terms then.
Yeah.
Oh, and Cassidy is going to drift over to Azurite and look her square in the eye. You're a master of your craft. Never let anyone make you feel dumb.
Aww.
And Azurite, like, tears immediately well up in her face and her lips trembles. Thank you. You took that hammer really well. It was very funny.
It helps not being made of flesh.
Yeah, he did like a springy thing. It was really cute. I liked it.
Yeah.
Made me laugh.
Thank you.
Camera pans over and you see Janice watching.
And, last but not least, Alex will go over to Obsidian. I know you're not much one for words, but he will do sign language. Thank you very much.
Obsidian will grab you and pull you very uncomfortably close until her head is right by your ear and whisper, "Thank you very much, my dear boy. I hope you do well."
Oh.
There's a smug smile on that face because he won't tell anyone about it. He does the mime cross my to die. Oh,
And
carry
then
that secret.
she wraps you up in her arms and gives you a very tight hug and then like unspools you so that you kind of spin out.
Oh, darling.
She Beybladed you.
Let it rip.
Let him rip.
So, we should probably go check up on Ollie. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Let's hope he hasn't eaten the entire countryside while he waited.
Ollie has been sitting there patiently, and like you see that there's like big barrels of peanuts, and every time he eats one, a new one pops out. they were honest when you said feed Ollie. They did it.
Aww.
Well, how does Ollie looking?
He looks like a big monster that's been able to eat as many peanuts as it desires.
Oh, he does have the gray skin of an elephant.
He's
Oh my God.
he's like a pachyderm. So yeah, he fucking loves it. And they're heavily salted peanuts, which means the barrels themselves have a bit of that salty peanut oil seeped into the wood.
Oh my
Did he
god.
just eat the barrels whole?
Okay,
course.
he's eating the barrels whole.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he?
He's literally eating them by the barrel.
He's making a weird peanut butter wood pulp in his mouth.
Oh, animals do love their peanut butter.
He's eating
I
the
do have
barrels.
wood pulp.
He's eating the iron nails. The peanuts. It's great. It's a great day for Ollie.
I can't.
He's just sit there and just
Munch, munch.
eat with munch. Like, oh,
It
stop,
occurs
I'm
to
like, oh,
him.
there it is again.
It occurs to Alex right now. It's like, hey, wait a minute. He'll immediately go back to the Jester's jape. It's like, quick question. Like, how are you able to just keep generating all that food?
Magic?
Well, I just mean, how sustainable is that?
Pretty easy. We got like a little, what's it called? A pocket dimension. A pocket dimension. The fuck do those words mean? Well, I know what a pocket is. It's an alchemist term. It's like a little place that you can sort of make some very specific magic rules on what's governs what's in there, and you know we've got a pocket dimension for the food, we got a pocket dimension for the prizes, we got a pocket dimension to store the cash.
Well, speaking of which
I got
prizes
a
were
pocket
there?
dimension to store the furniture when we're on the move.
Okay, I was going to ask, how hard is it to actually pack up?
Not that hard.
Okay. Because it occurred to me, Ollie is young. He's a growing behemoth. And you guys seem actually able to, like, feed him. Not a lot of people could say that.
Did you say a behemoth?
Yeah, that's what Ollie is.
I thought it was a Katoba pass. It's a fucking
Um,
behemoth?
Yeah, he's young.
And no Donta Tyrannus, to be specific.
Holy shit. Boss! You tried to fight someone who fucking tamed a fucking behemoth?
Well,
We've already established mistakes were made.
well,
You don't need to litigate it.
well, to be more specific, we simply fed Ollie enough. We did heal his broken horn. He was mistreated.
Probably the single most impressive feat of magic I've ever performed, to be honest.
Yeah, he's gonna clap Janice on the back, and this mage here managed to restore his horn.
Bianca in particular looks impressed.
She blushes.
But it just, I'm thinking, maybe when Ollie is done with us, whenever that is, maybe he could stay with you? Because I don't want him getting up to trouble. Like, he's big, he's hungry.
He's already been taken advantage of by some people.
Scarlet's eyes go wide as she thinks of the possibilities of having an actual tamed behemoth.
Maybe you could put the circus on his back once he's old enough. And you just pick up and move.
He's smart. He can communicate.
I mean, who's going to run you out of town if you have him on your side? Provided, of course, you don't use him for evil.
If you do, we'll come up. We'll just go and tell him, "Hey, stop that." He thinks we are. I guess. Turn.
Guess I wouldn't mind. And I bet if we get that Philosopher's Stone, we can definitely get the Ozymandias to give us like a behemoth park. I mean, shit. That'd be a nice attraction for his little city of wonders. Yeah, okay. We'll be happy to feed you, you big guy.
He's still going to follow us probably to Minervans. We're probably going to need his strength, but maybe when it's all said and done and he's bored.
I'm pretty sure once he's satiated, he's gonna fall into like a century-long nap.
Could you put him in a pocket dimension?
The Ali dimension.
Make way for the immense Ali.
The Ollie plane.
Yeah, with your illusions, you could have like a whole song and dance number.
Well, listen,
Oh my God.
Tell you what, we like the sound of that idea. When we get to the City of Emerald Towers and you get to the City of Emerald Towers, maybe we can meet up and we can talk about things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like that. Sure, we'll run into more magical oddities by then. Looks at Bianca.
Bianca smiles. Yeah, and hopefully we'll have a whole bunch of cool shit from Pluton we can bring back, because we're not just taking the stone if we're robbing those vaults.
Well, with that sort, then, take care of yourselves.
You as well.
Thank you. I guess. Yeah, whatever.
And Scarlet strikes a theatrical pose and says, "You fought for your life, and you did not lose the race, and you knew quite well the peril you faced. No cowering, no crying, you found your escape. You defeated the might of the great Justice Jape."
Oh.
No reason you can't lose of dignity, right, girls? And they all nod. And congrats. You get 1 extra experience point for having defeated the Jester's Jape. Mechanically, they're not villains, but they are specifically, like, the recurring group of goofy antagonist henchmen. And so, they're the Goldfish Poop Gang. They're Ozzy and Flea and the Turks. The wacky little side villains who aren't that bad, but they fight you a couple of times. That's the Jester's Jape. And because of that, I let you get an experience point for having defeated them the same way that you would for defeating a villain.
Aw.
Even though otherwise they mechanically do not fit that role. And there you go. And so you guys get back on the road and head towards Minervans, which you should arrive at next session on Wake of the Red Death.
We're up to, like, what, 12 XP now?
We're at 17 with the
17?
end of session 5 points.
Oh, right.
Yes, 5 more